Alrighty, welcome to ArtCo Drone Solutions. We've got a great show today. We got a few bugs going. I don't know why the music didn't play. I hope I got it working. Who knows? It's just crazy today. Had a crazy night last night. So, you know what? Let's get into on this date in history, and then we'll get back into the show. Alrighty. 1252, Pope Innocent IV issues the papal bull ad Extir Panda, which authorizes but also limits the torture of heretics in the medieval Inquisition. 1492, Cheese and Bread Rebellion. German mercenaries kill 232 residents of Alkmaar, Netherlands. 1514, Jodocus Badius Essentius publishes the Christian Peterson's Latin version of Saxo Gesta Danorum, the oldest known version. Wow, who knew? All right, let's skip to film and history. Film and music, or film and television. 1928, Mickey Mouse makes his first ever appearance in a silent film, Plain Crazy. 1954, KGLO, now KIMT, TV Channel 3 in Mason City, Iowa, starts its broadcasting CBS station. 1955, KPUA, now KGMD, TV Channel 9 in Hilo, Hawaii, CBS, begins broadcasting. 1958, Gigi, based on the story by Colette, directed by Vincent Minnelli, and starring Leslie Caron and Maurice Chevalier, premieres in New York. Best Picture, 1959. 1959, the 12th Cannes Film Festival, Black Orpheus, directed by Marcel Camus, wins the Palme d'Or. 1960, KHVO TV Channel 13 in Hilo, Hawaii, begins broadcasting. And in 1960, L'Avventura, Italian film directed by Michelangelo Antonioni, starring Gabriele Ferzetti, Monica Vitti, premieres at Cannes. 1961, Bonanza by Alciola Orchestra. It's number 19. All right. Now, that's events in film and TV. Let's go to music, shall we? 1941, Nazi occupiers in Netherlands forbids Jewish music. 1960, Dmitri Shostakovich 7-string quartet premieres in Leningrad. 1967, Paul McCartney meets his future wife, Linda Eastman. 1971, 70 Girls 70 closes at Broadhurst Theater in New York City after 35 performances. 1972, Hard Job Being God opens at the Edison Theater in New York City for 6 performances. All right, and that is it in music. Let's go to sports, shall we? 1862, the first baseball enclosure opens at Union Grounds, Brooklyn. 1876, the second Kentucky Derby. Bobby Swim aboard Vagrant wins in 2:38:25. That'd be 2 minutes, 38 seconds, and 25 milliseconds. Well, anyway, 1894, the 20th Kentucky Derby. Frank Goodale aboard Shat wins in 2:41. 1906, the New York Giants hooks. Wilties strikes out 4 batters in 1 inning. 1912, the 37 Preakness. Clarence Turner on Colonel Holloway wins in 1:56.6. 1912, Ty Cobb brushes a heckler at a New York Highlander game and is suspended. 1918, the 43rd Preakness, John Loftus aboard War Cloud wins in 1 minute 53.6 seconds. 1918, Washington Senator Walter Johnson pitches a 1-0-18 inning game, and that is all on this day in history. Let's get to our show, shall we? Before I get going, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Mel 400 AGL. No audio. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Let's then we got Chris Wedgeworth and Steve Mack, Jody Drone Shots, JC Flying, Glenn Thunderbird 6, and Lori Kovac. Welcome. Steve Mack, John Olson. Then we have Chris, Sunrise Water Media. And then we have Drone Views Media. Oh, and we can't forget Bill, Metro Drones. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. David Smith, welcome. And Mike B, a.k.a. the Drone Ranger. Hey, Mike, I hope that toffee got to you already. And then Jerry Bauer, and that's all, folks. Let's bring up our my esteemed colleague and YouTuber. Let's get Chuck up here, and I will unmute him. And I don't know why it's not letting me unmute him. Are you pressing the mute button, Chuck? There you go.
I'm unmuted. Hey,
there
Art.
You go. Every time I go to
chat
unmute
people.
you.
Oh, I can do it again. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know I had that kind of power. With great power comes great responsibility.
That's right.
Says Spider-Man. How you doing?
So I'm doing good. We had a lot of action here at my apartment last night.
Yeah.
I came home from work and I saw 6 police cars in my parking lot. And luckily I was able to get into my parking space, get my stuff in my apartment. A friend of mine from Oregon was going to pick me up and take me out to dinner. And she showed up to see all these police cars and going like, what the hell is going on? And then she found out they were there to serve a warrant to somebody in the building behind me.
There's a good video opportunity. It could be like Art's own episode of Cops.
Well, there
bad
is
boys,
a
bad boys.
video.
What you
Let's
gonna
see
do?
See if I can find that.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Got it. Sandy,
you looking for it?
Yeah, I am.
I've been busy all week from about 6 o'clock at night to about 1 a.m. editing my vlog from my Catskill Mountains trip that Remember, I was in that undisclosed location a week ago. Piles of footage, man, from 5 cameras. I've been waiting way up to here in footage.
All right, here are some photos that I found.
All right, bring them. Drum roll. Oh, check
And
that
there
out.
we go. There's the cops.
There's the popo.
And that's my building right there.
So you can't cross the line.
Yep.
Wow,
That
they have
was
the freaking.
when we came back.
That's a SWAT team?
Yep.
You should play the theme from. Oh, we can't play the theme from SWAT. It's copyrighted. No. Bummer.
Yep. And there's the command center, right? No, that's.
How did that go?
The ambulance.
I think it's an ambulance. How did that SWAT thing go? Da 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 da.
Yeah, that's right.
You're amazed I can remember that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that was so entertaining.
Got canine there.
Yeah, they got the whole. Those guys are like, they get all excited. Like if one bee finds honey, like one police officer finds a problem, they swarm in. Like 100 police officers when they only need like 2. What's up with that?
There's the lone female cop.
Is her name Token?
Yeah.
Got some good pictures.
Wow. Well, we waited outside for about an hour. Turns out not only did he have a gun and a knife and hostages, I guess he had some drugs on him. And I think he said he swallowed some. So, and then he finally
explain part of his problem. I thought certain things were legal in Colorado, though, no?
Well,
apparently not the stuff he had.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But look at that big sun right there.
I was going to say that's a cool picture. The sun looks really cool busting through those clouds.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. You could actually crop that and turn it into a pretty. If you crop the top and the bottom and made it more of like a 4:3, or maybe it's a nice portrait.
Yeah, I'll save that. That was pretty cool. And so after
Steve says Token.
The guy finally gave up. He let the hostages go, and then he finally gave up, and they came in and put him on a stretcher and put him in the ambulance, and off he went. And then they started taking down the tape and let me back in.
Wow.
Oh man. So that was exciting.
It's too bad you couldn't get a ride in the SWAT wagon. That would have been. Imagine you put the you have to get the head strap for your GoPro, Art. I have one for the Osmo Action. It's the same thing. It's the head strap.
I do have a head strap for the GoPro.
Nice. So you should wear that and get into.
Camera gear was in my apartment. I couldn't get in.
Very disappointing. It would be great, man. They put you in the SWAT wagon. You had like the head cam on. They throw you in there. And
but after they got the guy out and the ambulance pulled away and they were letting us back in, I clapped and said, "Hey, great job, guys!" And they really liked that.
Should have given them some toffee.
Yeah, or donuts.
Friends for life.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to have the police on your side.
Yep, that's true.
They are good people. You want them on your side. You sure as hell don't want them as enemies, but it would be nice to have them as friends or comrades, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Who knew I lived in the hood?
You're in the hood, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well,
so many times.
also in that same building, there is uh, a guy with a sexual uh, predator uh, because he has to register every
Yeah,
time he moves.
he has the
Yeah,
anklet and everything, or the bracelet thingy.
I don't know about that, but they do have to register whenever they move to a new place. I
Wow.
don't know what's going on. Why my. There we go.
Who had anaphylactic shock? What's this? Oh, Drone Views Media had a reaction to the Art. You were saying you got your second shot today, and it's going well
Yeah.
so far. Look at Drone Views Media. Wasn't so fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
He had some anaphylactic action going on, which is not
Oh,
cool at
wow.
all.
Wow. Yeah, I know. I heard he had a reaction after he got his second
Wow.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh man, that I can't go back to the Philippines and somehow get. Oh man.
So what do you give you? Do you get two shots? Do you get the vaccine shot and the EpiPen at the same 1 2 poke
I don't know.
poke? What do you do?
Well, unless he gets the different one, and then they have to go through the whole thing again.
The different
If
one? You
he
mean
got
mix? You mean try
Moderna
different?
and had
Moderna,
a
Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson.
yeah.
You just get
Now
all three.
Johnson's a little different,
It's
so
dicey,
you may be able to tolerate that.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it sucks. I guess I was lucky. Me and Lori were lucky. We didn't have any weird side effects other than
Yeah.
just being whipped. We were so tired.
Yeah.
Man, I slept really good. I don't know how I did the show that night with you. I was beat. I can just freaking kicks the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's different for different people. I mean, look at Ron Lockwood. I mean,
He really got hit
he was
hard.
sick for what, a week or so.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
he was hit really hard by it, and everybody reacts differently. And there's this
Yep.
because, well, you think about it. Everybody's immune system has kind of been there. We're individually programmed to whatever we're exposed to throughout our lives. So
Yep.
probably that's how can you match that? You can't. I mean, you've been exposed to stuff that I haven't been. I've been exposed to stuff that you haven't been. Then we have some things in
Mm-hmm.
common, and you just cocktail. It's a cocktail. So
Yep.
how would
Have you had the chicken pox?
yes?
Yeah, me too.
But that means
Mm-hmm. So
shingles is fair game.
yeah, so I gotta look forward to getting the shot for that.
Yeah, me as well. That's a double bubble too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, drone. Well, Lloyd has MS, and the grumpy vlogger, and he's had both shots.
Yeah. Any immunodeficiency stuff is yeah,
Yep.
it's tough.
Oh, and it also depends on blood type.
I've heard that.
Blood type.
I've heard that.
Turns out type A. If you get the COVID with type A, boy, you're going to have some pretty bad side effects with that.
Well, that's kind of interesting because my wife, we're not positive because it happened a year ago, January, but she picked up something in Canada for during New Year's. We were surrounded by tourists and stuff from Asia and Europe and all over the place at Niagara Falls. And we got back around the 2nd of January. And I think by the 5th, that girl was sick. She just like 103.8 degree fever, couldn't, hardly move around the house, almost blacked out a few times. I was going to take her to urgent care. I said, you have one more day, woman, then we're going to urgent care. And she got mostly straightened out. But me, I just had a headache. I had like 101 degree fever. She had 103.8. There's a little bit of a difference there. And she was
Steve
frying.
Matt says, don't be blaming us Canadians.
I'm not blaming you guys. Not blaming Canada. We had a really
Want to
good
say
time up
hello to
there.
David, Arizona drone dude. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, Steve, that's funny, man. I want to get back up there. They won't let us in. You guys won't let us. I don't blame you for not letting us in, but you won't let us in.
Well, I want to go to the Philippines, and I can't go back.
Yeah. Yep.
Now it's looking like maybe I can at the end of the year.
I'm curious
Because,
how it's going to work. Yeah, they're saying end of the year. Well,
well,
James will have the latest on that.
yeah, James just said that they started up the retirement visa again.
Okay.
Because before they shut that down because, well, you know, those Chinese, they were taking advantage of that, and they were going over there at 35 years old.
Well, it's time to
So they were
retire.
taking advantage of that. So they shut it down. They kind of tweaked it, and now if you're 55 or older, you could retire there.
Oh, Steve, I
Okay,
go.
so
Oh, yeah. The issue is.
we touched
Oh,
some Zimbabwe. Ah,
okay. I didn't know that. Well, Steve was asking me where I go into Canada, and typically up across into Niagara Falls and Niagara on the Lake, and
cool.
well, 20 Valley too. So 20 Valley and Niagara on the Lake are both really nice bits of wine country, and conveniently, they're next door to one another.
Well, you need to go up to the Maritime Province.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Check that out.
The furthest north I've been in Canada was in Manitoba. I flew into Winnipeg and went all the way up to this little itty bitty town called oh, what the heck was it?
Yellowknife.
Minnetonus.
Oh.
No, it was it was up where the Yeti should have eaten me. It was way up there.
Oh.
Way up north. 8 hours north of Winnipeg.
David Smith.
Pretty up there.
Philippines, maybe. Yeah, you're probably right, David.
Well, let's hope he's not right. But yeah, hope not. So
David, are you one of James subscribers? I think because some of James subscribers come over they watch this
nice
live stream when he's on.
Well, I was going to give James a run for his money with my vlog. It was up to 40 minutes. I mean, I don't think even James has a vlog that long. So I thought I better throttle it back after I picked on James.
He's had a few that were a little over 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely I gotta prune it down. That's just too much.
Steve's in Oakville.
Oh, okay.
About 45 minutes from the falls.
Well, I guess I have to get myself a Mini 2 because if they open the border up to Canada, then I'm going to need to get a Mini 2 because I can't go droneless anymore up there. The last couple of years, you know, when the rules changed, I used to be able to fly up there as a hobbyist, but now I can't. So with the Mini 2 and Steve and some other guys up there could help me find my way as to what I need to do to fly like a Mini up there.
Yeah, I started watching James' channel. I think about 20 episodes into his build of his house.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went back and I watched all the old ones and got caught up, and it was really interesting to see that lot go from nothing to a hole in the ground to a foundation, and then watching that build, and it was like every day I come home, oh, let's see what James has on. How much did he get done today?
Did he do a time lapse? Cool. Did he do a time lapse of it when it was all said and done? I mean, like, did he film it during so he could do a time lapse later, or no?
What he would do is he would videotape, and he would talk about how they would pour the cement
Yeah.
and how they would take a rod and get all the air bubbles out.
Yep. Yep.
And he talked about that, put the rebar in and putting up the columns and all that stuff. And he'd
Cool.
go, I mean, he was very detailed in
He's very
how,
detailed always. That
oh,
is
yeah.
James'
Yeah.
style, man. He doesn't leave out
Mm-hmm.
one nugget of detail. It's all there.
Watching him finish up the bathroom, putting down the tile, and wow.
What, they're weighing drones in Canada?
Hello, Lon Denard.
Hey, there's Lon. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Crazy talk right there. Holy smokes. Yeah, did you see the guy who
Oh,
sacrificed his volcano in Iceland? Flew it right in
yeah,
and
I saw
bye-bye.
that.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Crazy.
Hollis, good to see you. Yeah, cool.
Nice. Lon was telling me he was going to send me all his footage so I could edit it for him, and I'm like, no. I love to edit, but not that much.
Matt Cundiff, welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, hey Matt.
So,
Nice.
anyway, I'm going to show you some of the accessories I got. I got this for the GoPro. Oh, that's weird. How it?
It's transparent.
No, it's black.
Yeah, but it's reflecting just right to make it look like you can see your background through it.
Yeah, I know. That's weird. Anyway,
I can't tell what that is.
It goes on your GoPro. You know the part that closes the thing that the GoPro goes in.
The thing that the GoPro goes. Well, I have an action right here. Is it something like what would work kind of like with an action?
Yeah, it's that oh god, what's the cover that goes? You know, you open it up on the top and the back.
Oh, the cage.
The cage, yeah.
That's a cage. Okay, yeah, because this is in a cage right now. See, it's in a PGY Tech cage.
Ah, I see.
With a couple of quarter 20 mounts on the cold shoes and stuff. Right. This is very versatile. You probably have something similar.
Yeah, well, on the GoPro, this slides over that part that opens.
Okay.
And it's got a slot where you could put a microphone.
Yeah, so that's like an extended. That's like an extended one of these. That's like an extended. Let's see if I can get it. Like an extended cold shoe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot to do?
What'd you forget to do?
There we go. I forgot to turn my light on. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know where my lights are. My lights are still in my bag from the trip.
There. How's that? Oh, that's even more translucent.
That's crazy right there, man. That's like when you wore the iguana shirt.
Oh, that green shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. And I looked like a floating head.
You were an invisible man. Nice.
This is what I got for the Osmo Pocket. You put the Osmo Pocket right here and over here.
Well, you put your phone in there, right?
Yeah, you put your phone in, and I've got a microphone with a dead cat on it, and it's got the plug in.
Do you have the adapter do you have the microphone adapter, Art? You need that to go into the bottom.
Yeah, I've got that in the mail. It's coming.
Okay, because and you can't use that with the Wi-Fi adapter, which is a bummer.
Yeah, and it's also a tripod.
Oh, that's the PGY Tech. I have that too.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it in. I don't have it in here right now, but yeah,
use it.
That's a handy tripod.
Oh, that's not the PGY
Tech.
I can hold that, and I can go. Yeah, look at that! Look at that! Hold that out there, and
Yeah, you should. By the way, the that's not the PGY Tech tripod. That's another nice
No,
one
it
though.
is Ulanzi.
Yes, that's the big brand name. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the selfie stick that DJI sells for the Pocket is really awesome because
Yeah.
it has the button on it that works as a joystick, so you can move the camera, you can move the gimbal up, down, left, right, or like
Oh, cool.
diagonally. So
Mm.
if you get, and you, of course, it extends out. You put your phone in it, connects Wi-Fi. You can't use a dead cat microphone though because of that problem I was telling you about with the Wi-Fi adapter not working with the
Right.
microphone adapter. Which shame
Right.
on DJI for failing us on
Mm-hmm.
that. But well, it's DJI; they fail on something every time.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing is super cool. I used that. I used that a lot last week.
I could use that like a vlogging camera.
Yep.
Like,
Lori was carrying around her. This is actually Lori's Osmo Action. Actually, it's hers. So she was using it on the tripod like you have, like your Ulanzi. She has a PGY Tech just like it and uses
right.
that.
Right.
So she can carry it around, like this or extend it or whatever. That we can use
Right.
it as a
Cool.
tripod and get shots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have an action cam, man. Gotta. Super versatile.
Well, I've got 5 GoPros and 3 SJ cams.
Wow, you could do like a 360 view. You could imagine put them all around your head. You have like 360 Art 360
Mm-hmm.
and sync up all the footage.
Mm-hmm.
ArtCo Drone Solutions 360
There you go. Mm-hmm.
coming to a theater near you. Like that thing they did at Disney World. Remember they had the 360 view? Remember that by Monsetto or whatever? Do you remember that when you stood in the middle of a room with a bunch of people before all this COVID crap, and like and the screen it was a full circle around you, so you could look around in the room, and everywhere it was like
Oh,
it was
cool.
filmed with like I forget how many cameras they used, and they were all in sync. And there's like this tour of what they had like Norway and all this stuff, and it's pretty awesome.
Wow, cool.
It was like
Cool,
VR
cool.
before there was VR. You didn't need goggles because you just look around the room, and the screens were really super tall, so it just felt like you were. The helicopter footage was amazing, make you want to throw up. It was so good because you think you were. Duct tape doesn't work. You're not what? Yeah. Oh, he uses the
So
direct.
I
He uses
guess
the direct
James
connection. Yeah.
is probably having his waffles or pancakes about now.
Should we take any wagers, people? People in the chat, what do you think? Is it waffles or pancakes today?
I bet
For
it's
James.
waffles today. Yeah.
He's usually a waffles guy. I think he did pancakes last. Did he do pancakes last week?
You may have. Yeah.
I think he did. Okay.
Oh yeah, because he was
commented on it.
complaining about the brand they had that was was too runny or something.
Yeah, I'm going with waffles too. So I think like and Jerry says waffles. I vote for waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Saying, "Hurry up, Art's on. You gotta eat so you could be on Art show."
Like Homer Simpson. Shovel it in, man. So how was Keith last week? It looked like I watched you guys later. I watched the replay. It looked like it outside of the audio issues. It seemed like things went pretty well. And Ken Heron stopped in.
Yes, he did.
And you guys had those cute those little dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, my little Ken doll, I call him.
Yeah, I don't have one of those dudes either. So I guess I'm a lesser human being because I don't have one like Keith.
The company gave everybody one of these. Then a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, all the people that had been there for a long time, I asked them, "Hey, do you have any of these?" And they just gave them to me.
You collected them?
I had about 4 or 5, and then there was one.
Is that a stress? Is that a stress valve? Is that the little squeezy stress guy? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. I have a smush bush. That's my stress dude is a smush bush.
There is the head that
Oh, you
came off
decapitated
of one
one.
of them.
Yeah. You ever heard of Smush Bush?
No.
It was a George W. Bush stress doll. They sold them in
Oh,
Washington, D.C. right around election time.
right, right.
It was like it was a George Bush squeezy thing. It's funny.
Well, I remember Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, I remember Stretch too.
Yeah.
And right next to Smush Bush, they had Ms. Clinton, and she was a nutcracker. How appropriate! A Clinton nutcracker. In her mouth, you could crack nuts.
Yeah.
It's perfect, right? Genius,
Well,
marketing genius.
I think
Hillary
the
Clinton
Monica one
nutcracker.
would be better.
Which one? Monica?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have any teeth. Probably gum it.
Ooh.
Sorry. Crossing the line.
Does that come with the humidor?
Man, I gotta
Neil.
travel to like the Washington D.C. What I think it was Reagan, not Dulles, that we were in, but they all had the political garb because it was around that time of the year, like late October.
Okay.
Great time to travel through a DC airport because they have all the freaking marketing gimmicky stuff there. It's fun to buy.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you were on drone therapy the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, I saw you peeking in there in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were doing the 107 stuff again.
Into different shows here and there. I think Ken Dono changed his time.
Did he move Drone Brews? Because I gotta silence my phone. This about enough for the lightsaber thing. Hold on a second. Yeah, you hear it? It's probably copyrightable too. Get a copyright strike over that silly ass sound. That's not worth it. You imagine? Oh, that was something I had to do with the vlog. We were in this really cool bar, and they were playing good old copyrighted music, really nice and clear. So then I had to go through and remove it all and put in epidemic sound over it and add fake bar sounds like, glasses clinking and stuff. And I had to fix it all. Thank you, YouTube, for not letting me get away with anything. Otherwise, I'd have to go to copyright school or whatever it is, I think. It's really difficult. They're actually, any of us creators, did you see where if like you photograph like you film like a painting or something and it's copyrighted, they can call you out. They're working on figuring out ways to call you out on that stuff.
Oh, gee.
It's going to be like, it's out of control.
Man.
They should be happy. It's advertising.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus, just because we might get a couple of cents on a YouTube video, these guys get exposure for their stuff. It's like they should be happy. It's like, okay, instead they're so greedy. Is that what it is? It's all greed. Well, Chuck can't have 4 seconds of that showing and make 4 cents because we're gonna make X number of billions of dollars on the thing.
There you go.
Yeah. Meanies.
Well, I found this cool channel called Darsizzle Offshore. It's a fishing channel. And they do some drone stuff in there.
A lot of the fishing channels do drone stuff. You mean drones to actually drop bait, or drones to film?
This is just when the boat goes out on the water and it follows the boat, or it shows the boat coming to the spot.
Very cool.
And Darcy, boy, she's a looker.
There are a number of fishing channels that are fun to watch because of the eye candy. Yeah. Speaking of chasing boats, the pest control guy who takes care of my bees, make sure I don't have any. He has a buddy out in California who flies.
Yeah.
He flies and films boats for like affluent people out there, and he gets like pretty good pay per job flying
Cool.
boats.
Hey, Steve
Flying the drone.
Carpenter, welcome to the show. And Chris, Sunrise Water Media.
And Blind Neil. Neil's on.
Blind Neil. Neil, good to see.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
You all right? It's got a fur ball. Did you
Just
eat
a
the
little
dead
COVID.
cat? It's from the dead cat. Got a fur ball.
You know what it could be?
Ren and Stimpy? Worf.
Yeah. Bob Casey, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Hey, Bob Casey.
Anyway, this morning I reached out to Darcy and Brian. Brian is, I think they're married now.
He's like the pilot and
And-
everything. That's a lot like there's a couple of boy-girl partnerships like that where the guy does all the filming and stuff and his hot chick goes running around next to naked and he
Yep.
films her and flaunts her and they get rich.
Oh, she's got like almost 360,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and those like was it Louisa or something? Fishing with Louisa, I think is one of the
Yeah.
channels.
That's another one.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, and she puts a
I'll
video
have
up.
to check that one.
If we put two videos up at the same time, I'll get like 100 views in like a week, and she'll get like 1 million views in like a day. But
Yeah.
for obvious reasons, look at her.
Well, I sent them an email this morning saying, hey, I started following your channel a couple weeks ago.
You can get her on.
Well, you know what? They responded right back to me.
Nice.
And I said, I gave them the link if they wanted to pop in. And they said, well, we can't do it this week. So maybe next week we'll get him on. And I think he flies a Phantom 4.
I think that's a great choice for flying in a boat because you need something to grab onto when you're bringing the drone in. Because you got to bring it in over the boat.
Yeah.
And you have to hand launch and hand catch. So you want something sizable like that for like
that's
nautical
true, that's
use.
True.
Have you ever seen the yacht stuff where the guys they launch the Phantom 4s from the yachts when they're racing and it's like really strong winds, like just basically out it goes.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they get them back. Maybe they don't always. They may just get the footage off the cache, but that footage is phenomenal and freaking amazing. But that's what I would want to fly on a boat too, is a Phantom, because that's how else are you going to grab onto the silly thing? Let's put a handle on your Mavic. Can you get a grab handle for the Mavic?
Oh,
Maybe.
I mean, Ken Heron hand catches this all the time.
It's
the
just a lot easier.
Mini and the Mavic Air.
Yeah, but on a boat where it's rocking and stuff, I just think it would be a lot easier to catch a Phantom.
I think what you do is you turn off the sensors.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's going to screw up. You won't be able to grab the drone.
Well, if you try to hand catch the Mavic, yeah, if you start to bring it down and you don't turn off the sensors, it'll go back up. So you have to push and hold down past that, then it'll drop down, then you just grab it.
Yeah.
It's a piece of cake. But that's on the ground. Like last week I was filming near a stream, I was all rocks, so I had to hand launch and catch, but that's how you do it with the Mavic. And not, slice up your fingers.
Well, I think James is in the chat right now.
Is he?
Because Steve Carpenter just said hello to
I think this is Waffles.
I Dream.
Definitely Waffles.
Yeah.
Well, share them, man. Beam them over here. I'm hungry.
So anyway, I watched one of their older videos. This is I think it was 17 or 18, 2018, 2017.
Yeah.
This is the one where Brian crashed the drone and it ended up in the river.
Oh, did it film while it was sinking though? Sometimes they film for a while
it didn't.
before they.
I don't think it did. But
That's,
they were able to retrieve
get
the
SD card.
drone. Oh,
Oh, that sucks. Did I tell you about the guy who bought my Phantom 3 Standard that I worked with? He bought it off me. And
No. Do
He
tell.
he practiced with the simulator. I begged him to go out to the work parking lot and just fly it 40 feet above the light posts and everything and practice it. No, 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 no. I'm good with the simulator. And then it got to be springtime, and he's a fisherman, and he took the Phantom 3 out with him in his boat and had a nice little time. And he comes back Monday to work. I'm like, so Bob, did you fly the drone? He's like, yeah. I said, get anything good? He's like, yeah, I got some really great underwater footage. It does. I probably told the story before. So yeah, it's in the bottom of like I think it's Cayuga Lake. I think it's Cayuga Lake up here where there's you can find Bob's drone.
Well, I saw a video where the guy had an FPV drone. You know, those have GoPros on them, and he lost the drone in the lake.
I think I saw this, and they found it like a year later or something.
I think it was a year or two later.
Yeah,
And he was amazed. You could see the fish
until the battery went
swimming.
dead. Yeah, until the battery went
it
dead.
ran until the battery went dead.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's really super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, GoPros are awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think the GoPro was probably, did it survive? It was all crapped up. Wasn't it like covered in like all kinds of like, just
Yeah, I think it was
stuff
covered
grew
with
on it.
algae and
Yeah, everything
all that.
grew on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should send it back to GoPro. Hey, what the hell, man? Why isn't this thing antimicrobial? What's going on with this thing?
Uh-huh.
It's Chris Hope saying.
Well, hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you.
How long can a Phantom tread water? Yeah, I don't think they can. No doggy paddle, no nothing. Just gone.
Well, when Brian got his drone back, it was upside down. So they were able to get, I think they got the handle from the net.
Oh, they're able to hook onto it?
And they picked it up that way. They tried to pick it up with the stick, but the stick broke. Because it was a rotted piece of stick that they found there.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't understand. I didn't think it was that heavy that the stick would break, but if it was a rotted piece of stick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. What's up, Chris? So, yeah, I still get a little unnerved when I fly over water, but I find myself flying over water more often than not. That's where all the pretty shots are.
Yeah.
It always seems like you're off the coast looking back at the shoreline, or you're over a stream and you're doing a pullback shot, or it's just water everywhere.
That's true.
You got to be gutsy.
Mm-hmm.
I play back my footage. I'm like, ooh, I didn't see that branch. Good thing I didn't hit that thing. That was there. Those kind of things. One of these days, my drones will go swimming. Pretty sure. I think it's more of, it's kind of like everything, right? It's not if, it's when.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. Here's my email address.
Colo Kid.
Yep. Colorado Kid, 1960.
So, what else are our topics this evening, or are we waiting for?
Well, we were
James?
talking about
Talked about your police
my
encounter
police stuff, the accessories.
We talk about
around.
joining your channel. Do we talk about becoming a member of ArtCo Drone Solutions yet?
Yes, that's right. That would be good.
Should talk about that.
Yeah, become a member of the channel. We have, or I have, 3 different levels. I have the Freebird level, and then I have the Silver Eagle and the Golden Eagle, and you get all kinds of neat stuff. And I know I've been lazy. I got to get some stuff out for the members to look at.
I owe you stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. Don't get
So
mad. I will make good on it. Don't get mad. I don't want to chew them up either. Being careful.
and
Hope it's not me that makes the drone go swimming. Oh, that's SC aerials, yeah. Art stiff chart. Yeah. Need some bail money.
yeah,
Yeah, you should have come in today in a striped shirt, Art. It would have been great, or an orange shirt with a number on it.
orange shirt, yeah.
With like the number on it. That would have
Oh,
been
I could have
awesome.
borrowed one of my friends. He's got a jumpsuit that says Crowley County Correctional Facility.
Perfect. Perfect. That would have been outstanding. You have to do that next time.
So, yeah, so you could go to my channel and hit the join button and select which membership you want to join.
And then you get a cool logo like this. Logo like this. That didn't type there. Join and get a cool logo.
Yes.
Fine. Like that.
There you go.
Blammo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Lori doesn't want to sink a drone. I know she's probably worried about that. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
well, it's scary. It's scary. It'd be really situational awareness is the name of the game. And I'm telling you, man, I mean, like, I'm serious. It's like I look around careful, and then when I play the footage back, I don't know if it's just because of the wide angle of the camera, but it's like, wow, that stuff looks close. And then we did a pullback shot when we were out hiking last week. And when I watched the footage back, I could see where this one twig went bing, where I clipped it with the fuselage of the Mavic, clipped it, and
Oh man!
if I was a little bit lower, it would have been Crashville. Yep, because you need all 4 props. It's not a hexacopter; it's only a quad. You need all 4 to fly.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So I don't know if I told Lori that. Now she knows. She's watching the chat. But yeah, I watched that footage a bunch of times. Like, oh, wow.
Yep.
But I had a spare drone. I always carry 2.
It's always good to have
redundancy.
I've lost 2 in the water. One in Lake Harbor, and then I lost another drone at Big Dry Creek. This is 2 or 3 years ago with my Phantom 3 Standard.
That Phantom 3 Standard was not the... What? See what she wrote?
Maybe some flying for me tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Take out the FPV drone, Lori.
There you go.
We have propellers here. You can fly it.
There you go.
We'll start her off in normal mode, though, and then she can get the hang. She'll probably, with practice, that woman will probably be a freaking amazing FPV pilot. She has no fear, unlike me, because I paid for it. So if she cracks it up, it's like a rental car to her. So for that reason, it'd be good.
I finally got Velocidrone working.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with some good advice from Night Train. Mike.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. Train. Mike's really good with all that FPV stuff and the 3D printing stuff, too.
He steered me to an app that I downloaded from a page, and it's a driver finder. And so I downloaded it and I ran it, and it looked like it was running forever and ever, and I just turned it off.
I'm sorry, I'm getting abused now. See, they remember. Maybe Lori will fly through the swing set.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So what I
did
maybe
Chris.
out of curiosity, I went over to device manager, and I noticed the lib USB was in there, and I'm like, "Oh, holy cow!"
Holy crap! They are tearing me up out there. This is a rough room.
So
Sorry, Art.
I clicked on that, and I was able to fix the driver, and now Velocidrone works great.
You should do a video on it, on how to fix Velocidrone. You can do a shout out for your
Yeah, there
assistance.
you go.
I'm using I have Liftoff, and Liftoff works with the little FPV drone controller that DJI gives you.
Right.
So and I'll tell you, man, I'm scared to death of flying manual. If it's anything like Liftoff, every time I crash about every 10 seconds on average.
Well, you know what? If you get
really
good
hard
on that, then you're ready to do the real thing.
Well, I tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed. And I'm like, okay, well, wait, I didn't
Just
change the springs on the joystick for the, for throttle. So I made those adjustments. I made those adjustments so it was correct. Then tried again and failed. Tried again, failed. Try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. And I get pissed off. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go fly the regular Mavic and then go edit some footage. So I got to come back to it again. It's
so
respect, nothing but respect for FPV pilots, because that stuff is hard.
Yeah, it can be. So I've got my controller right over here. I just need to get some discipline and start practicing on that, and then fly the FPV in my apartment.
Lon, you say editing. Yeah, I'm good at editing.
Oh, I've been to Sault Ste. Marie. I did comedy up there. That was a fun gig. And it was at a casino.
Oh, casinos are fun, especially when you're winning, which is hardly ever.
Well, yeah, I came away with an extra $50 that week.
Any bit of profit at a casino is a win. You can't, undeniable win, because it is so rare. I don't even want to try to figure out how much money I left behind at casinos versus what I didn't leave behind. I'm sure I'm deep in the hole, man. But it is fun, right? You have to know. You just say, okay, this is entertainment, and hope the best. But do you ever play roulette, Art?
No, the odds are
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, that's why
I think you can. I think you can get
blackjack. I'm good at blackjack.
Okay, because like roulette though, you can play it so that you can kind of stay even for a long time and have fun with it.
Yeah, that just.
Yeah. What's this? I burned 5 DJ. Oh yeah, Lon's been flying the hell out of the thing. Nice. It's on. No man, I don't want it. I don't know. No. You can't afford me.
So on the Tomzon Flying Pig,
yeah,
I figured out how to do flips with that.
Oh really?
So I did a video of that, and what you do is,
why did I not see
push
that?
down the controller button, the left joystick, push that down, and then you kind of click it again, and then it goes like that.
Did you post that? How did I miss that?
Oh, I haven't posted it yet.
That's how I did. Okay,
because
I missed it.
I wanted to compare that to the Parrot Mambo, where that'll do forward flips, backwards flips, right and left flip. But the problem I had with it, I couldn't get it to work with the controller, but I do it with the app, the phone app. So there's something going on with the controller. I don't know what. Maybe it won't pair up.
Oh, you can't get the link up with the aircraft, and the controller won't talk?
Yeah.
Is there a manual online that you can, or maybe a forum that you can talk to somebody on a forum about it? There must be a solution. Unless
Yeah, I
it's
could go
actually
on YouTube
broken.
and look around.
Yeah, poke
Yeah.
around. There must be somebody's probably figured it out. It's the beauty of YouTube. Those
Alrighty,
forums are
it
handy.
is that time.
Is it toffee
Ladies
time?
and gentlemen, pick a number between 1 and 50. It's time for toffee, not trivia, but toffee giveaway. So
The
pick
Wheel
a
of
number.
Toffee. That doesn't sound good either. The Wheel of Toffee.
The wheel of toffee. There you go. There we go.
Anytime you get a little bit of a reflection off your lights, it becomes.
Well, it's got yellow in it.
Ooh, is that the dark chocolate with almond?
No, this is the milk chocolate. I think.
Oh, it's probably still really yummy though.
Mm-hmm.
Look at My Pie Dream went right in the middle where we've been hitting the last few weeks. It went right for 45.
Alrighty, give it a...
Bob Casey, I already have 26, man. Pick something else. There you go. Wait, how many numbers is Bob picking? Everything? Remember, you can only pick your first number is the one that gets used, people.
Yeah,
one per customer.
That's correct. Because we go back in the chat and we check the first number that's either the right number or the close.
Kai's going low. Kai. Look at Kai and Chris are going low, 2 and 6.
Alrighty, let's get ready to rumble. Let's
get ready to rumble.
Share the audio.
Okay. You won't have to worry about getting a copy strike when I sing.
The prize wheel is in the picture. All right, here we go. Let's spin the wheel.
We have sound and everything. Ooh, 29.
The winner is 29.
They got 26.
Yeah, AZ Drone Dude, you picked it.
Did somebody get it?
Well, Lori's got 28.
I see that. I think, did my wife win?
You know what? Let's
wait a second.
Let's look.
49, 17, 17, 50, 45, 20, 20. Lori's 28. Holy crap. Bob Casey had 27 after he had 35, after he had 26, after he had 23, after he had 50. Yeah. Yep.
AZ Drone Dude was the last. He got the number, but
after.
Yeah.
I think.
So, what say you? Is it Lori? I think it's Lori. Because I think AZ Drone Dude picked after everybody.
Did he or didn't he?
Well, he picked 22.
I didn't see him
earlier. Oh, and Matt Cundiff picked 22. And then he, I think he picked again. So, it could be.
I don't know. To replay the chat. I missed it. Can we replay the chat? Let me replay the chat. I'm gonna go back and can I replay the chat here?
Yeah, you can.
Let's see. Where is it? Yeah.
Scrolling up and
I mean I gotta go back in time.
You go right to 6 p.m. Under Kovacian Dronography.
Why is it not working? Oh, crap.
Already picked 28 at 6:01.
Okay, I'm checking. So. This is hard. This isn't working. Why is it not playing? It's like stuck.
Matt Cundiff picked 22, and then AZ Drone Dude picked 22, and then he he picked again.
Why doesn't the chat go with the? I thought when you play it back, the chat should follow the.
Well, don't you have the scroller on the side of the chat? How about the chat and the? Yeah, you should be able to scroll in the chat and
No, I mean I can't tell when. I can't tell. Let's see. Is it working? I'm waiting for you to spin the wheel. It's like yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
Lon says Lori. And you know what? And Dave, AZ Drone Dude won last time.
Let the chat survive. Let the chat decide. I don't know. I honestly don't. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention.
All right, guys, what do you think? You think it's Lori or AZ Drone Dude?
Did AZ Drone Dude get in under the wire or not? I guess that's the question.
Well, because he and Matt kind of picked the same number, 22. So he picked another number and it was 29. But you know what? Oh, let's look at the
Kai
time.
says AZ Drone. That's what I couldn't figure out. But if I trust Kai, if he says AZ Drone had it, then it's all good. It is what it is. I don't want to shortchange him.
All right. AZ David, you won again. So lucky you. 2 in a row. All right. And
there you go.
James, Above and Beyond Drones, welcome to the show.
Good try, Lori. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay, Jody. Jody, it looks like you are going to get the toffee. So, Jody, if you email me your address, the toffee will go out to you. If I get it before tomorrow, I could send it out tomorrow morning, and then it'll get to you by Wednesday. So cool. There's my email, Jody.
Lori was so close. I'm gonna hear about this later. She's gonna say,
Congratulations, Jody.
Yeah, congrats.
Now we just gotta wait for James from My PI Dream to pop in and
shouldn't be long, right? Shouldn't be long.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? In his last video, I go, well, I don't see any footage from his new drone. So I commented without giving it away that he got a new drone on his channel.
Yeah, the Air 2S. And what'd he say?
And he said he hasn't even opened it yet.
Oh my! Is still on talk the box. About strong will. I don't know. That's impressive right there. Like today I made a mistake of going to the Lego store. Don't ever go to the Lego store.
Hey, I want to talk about Steve. He makes a good point. Sean Oz just set me up with a person. We're going to do a Zoom call, and then we'll get that person set up. So, Steve, if you know of anybody with a disability that would be interested in flying drones, let's hook them up and help them get a drone to them.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, and I like what Glenn says. Waffles with talk. Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
And James he's got to tell me how his aunt and uncle liked the toffee that he had.
They got it. They received it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did get it.
stuff is good.
Mm.
You had sent me the dark chocolate with the almonds, and
Ah.
I shouldn't have
Yep.
shared it with Lori, but I did, and it was good. But it was half the calories that way, so it was diet toffee when you share it.
There you go. There you
See?
go.
Sharing is caring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. I bet I could order it off their website though. Any one of us could. But that's not as fun as winning it. Winning is more fun.
Yeah.
So it's still early for James though, isn't it? He's usually does he drop in
Yeah.
about
So
now?
let's see. What time? You're at 8 a.m.
8
at
8
your
11
time.
p.m. Eastern Daylight right now.
Okay. So it's 8:11 a.m. in the Philippines.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's 7:11 in the morning in Thailand right now, since and Keith is probably sawing logs right now. Knowing him.
Oh, did you
Yeah, Neil's
see?
right. Differently abled. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. He's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
That guy puts up with a lot of crap. Neil, man, he's constantly dealing with adversity and he just keeps pushing through.
Yep.
Every time I see I thought I had crappy luck. He's got me beat.
Oh, it's 10:11 a.m. in Australia. So,
Down under?
Glenn, are
Australia.
you're on the West Coast then?
So it's Sunday. It's Sunday in
Yes, it is.
Australia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Thailand and the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kind of blows the flat earth theory now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Otherwise, cats would knock everything off the edge.
I know. It'd be a real problem. Like the Point of No Return album cover. Remember when they show the ship going off the edge?
Yep.
Yeah. Be a problem.
Well, James will have to tell us about all that flavored liqueur that he got in
Ooh.
his last video. Oh
Ooh.
boy, that made me want to go to the liquor store and go. Yeah, I'll have some of that, some of that. Some. He
I
had.
am
Let's
falling
see.
behind. I missed
Well,
it
he
all.
had what?
I missed it all. I haven't seen any of his stuff. I've been
Yeah.
immersed in editing all week. I haven't seen anybody's stuff to speak of. Such a failure.
Well, he had chocolate liqueur,
Ooh.
ginger liqueur. Let's see what else. Oh, there was mango. I mean, there was something like 7 or 8 different flavored liqueurs that were just watch him, do samples.
Did he get looser and looser the more he enjoyed the samples?
He got a little quieter.
Huh?
He got
Really? He got
quieter.
quieter? I have to
Yeah,
watch.
he did.
Oh, I have to watch. I have to watch and see how his behavior
Yeah,
changed as he got
because
intoxicated with liqueur. Yep.
and his wife, she's not a drinker. She just
One of them,
take a
she
little
was
taste and she give
crazy,
the little
giggly.
sample cup to him. He's like, ugh, knocking it back. And I was waiting for him to say, "That's really good stuff. I like that."
So good. Sorry, Ossifer.
It's time for me to go fly my
Fly
drone.
my drone now.
Drone.
Gotta do your Foster Brooks impression. Where do drones go when they fall? The Drone Solutions.
Hey, Ed. Welcome. Good to see you, Ed.
So the days are getting longer and longer here. We're still on
Mm-hmm.
the upwards. We're still on the upward climb.
Yep, that's right.
Got another month and 5 days before we go the other way. Nice.
Yeah, we got a couple more hours of daylight here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Problem is,
And
so
you're further north than I am, so sun probably doesn't go down until about what, 9 o'clock there?
yeah, I think it's about right now.
Yeah.
Pushing 9 o'clock. Funny
We're
how that
about the
whole
same latitude as Detroit, so
I'm getting a call from Dan Vega. Doesn't he know that I'm on a live stream right now? What's wrong with this guy?
it
Man.
is 6:16 here in Denver, Colorado, Western time zone. You know, Florida is in two time zones.
Florida's? I know like Indiana is in 2 time zones. I didn't know Florida
Well, you
was.
gotta remember Florida's got
They
that
have Atlantic time
panhandle that
zone? Oh, so that's Atlantic
they're
time, isn't it?
yeah, they're on Eastern. No, they're on Eastern time and
They're on
Central.
standard. They only do the Eastern time zone. That's an hour ahead. So right now we're the same as right now. It's all the same in Florida, but it'll change in the fall, right? That's what'll happen.
Yeah, they're in, yeah.
Yeah, because they're standard time, but they're an hour ahead. So when we spring ahead in Eastern Daylight Time, the rest of Florida catches up with them for about, well, whatever
Well,
it
we'll
is,
have to
6 months.
ask Matt because he's in Florida. So,
Yeah.
what time is it there in Florida right now, Matt? Steve Mack says 8:37 where he lives. He's
On.
in Eastern.
There. Take care of that. Okay. Had to fix my little interruption
Oh,
problem. We're solved. What?
oh, Jim says I don't see your. I I emailed a link out this morning.
Oh, I can
So
send it. I can send it to him if you'd like.
okay, that'd be
I have
fine.
it. I have it right here from you a little while ago, and I'll just send it to James.
Oh, Lori likes my comedies.
Yeah, she saw a little bit of them. She saw a little bit of them.
Oh, off of my page or off of the video that Chuck's got.
Off your page. She was snooping
Oh,
around. She was stalking you.
oh,
Yep. Lori was stalking you. That's what those fans do, you know. They stalk you.
yeah.
Yep. All right, let's see if I can find. Let's see. James.
One time I gave my girlfriend a stocking for Christmas, and she gave me a restraining order. The Comedy Words. Yep, that's one of the main clubs here in Denver. We have well, in Denver we have three clubs. We have the Comedy Works in downtown Denver. Then we have the Comedy Works in Southland, or, on the south side of town. And then we have an improv comedy club over in Stapleton, which is over where the old airport used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Lori and I went to a fun one in Oklahoma City. Probably Ten Toes knows about that one. It's
Yeah, I performed there.
it's not Funny Bone. What's that place called? Lori knows.
Yeah.
Lori
Well,
knows.
the one that I worked at, it was Laughs for a while, and then they changed the name because there was a dispute between the cousins, the Bynum cousins, and I kind of got in the middle of that, and managed to get myself 86 out of work in Albuquerque and Tucson because I
Oops.
picked sides in a lawsuit.
Oops.
Looney Bin. Okay. Yeah, I
Looney
think
Bin.
that's.
Yeah, that's OKC. That's one in OKC.
Mm-hmm.
See, she remembers all that stuff. That was a cool place. Actually, Lori will remember who we saw that was actually significant there, won't you, Lori? I really saw a celebrity status grade.
And
Oh,
that's
Dan's.
where I worked with Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, Dan. The Looney Bin in OKC, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you were there, Art? You performed there?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a cool
I
place.
think it was called the Looney Bin.
It's kind of north of the city, right? It's like it's up near Lake Hefner. Not far from Lake. It's just south of Lake Hefner.
That's where they finally moved it. When I worked there, it was in the old part of town where they revitalized all the warehouses.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's welcome all the way from Lipa City, Philippines.
Lipa.
It's James. My PI Dream. Welcome,
there
welcome, James.
goes the neighborhood.
Magandang umaga.
And Gesundheit.
Yeah. Chuck, you made me feel guilty again this morning, Becca. I was actually
Why?
I got a cold, and these days you got to worry about when you have a cold. You got to worry.
Bricktown,
is it really a cold?
That's where I work. Bricktown.
Yeah. So
cool
the other night we had we cut the aircon unit on, the air conditioner up in our bedroom. We don't normally run the air conditioner here, and then all night my sinuses got all messed up, and I know it was from that. I'm not really concerned. But you still got to worry about when you get any type of a cold symptom, because the cold is nothing but like flu, which is nothing but a virus, which is really nothing like
a novel corona type thing.
Yeah. So you got to worry about that. But I wasn't going to come on today because I didn't want you to see post-nasal drip going on in the background like crazy.
Look it up.
Last week.
So I'm prepared. I just told Ness to make sure you give me a big packet of tissues over here.
There you go. Are those the you have the aloe ones too. You have the good ones.
Well, I don't know. No, there's nothing good in the Philippines. I will tell you. Well, I mean, when it comes to no, I got to rephrase that. That was totally that. That was when it comes to products that you buy in the grocery store, there's nothing good in the Philippines. All this, it's a lot of pictures, and as a matter of fact, this is Chinese. It's all Chinese. You see all the Chinese characters.
Well, they're like neighbors to you, right? They're close by.
Yeah.
By the way, I was working on a vlog from our trip last week. Lori's and my vacation trip there, and it clocked in at 39 minutes and 50 something seconds, and I was like,
it's amazing how fast you have so much video clips, so much inside there.
And cut and cut and cut, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I have to. I've done it so many times before. I've been on your show this morning, or in the background listening while I was cooking the waffles here this morning, and and I heard you saying about the length, and I try to stay under 30 minutes. But I've had to cut so much content from a lot of my videos. I had to edit so much, and I'm like, then you get to the point where you're cutting stuff and you're weighing it. This is all good stuff. I don't want you. It's hard, because you want to keep the story though. You need the story.
Yeah, well, you made a comment this morning, and you've made it before about how detailed I try to be, and that has to do with being an instructor or a teacher. Sometimes you don't want to miss any details. If you know something and it's important, you want to pass it on. But sometimes you have to cut some of that stuff just for brevity, because brevity is clarity. The same thing when you learn about doing speeches: clarity, brevity, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, anyway,
that's why I'm concerned. I'm concerned because I have less squirrel attacks when I'm watching my own footage.
Yeah.
But so I definitely do something. I've got to hack it to the bone, which is going to pain me to do. And But I color
What?
graded it all and everything. It's all put together.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. And I'm glad you go into the detail to do that type of editing, because we kind of do that here as well. You know,
It's work.
we try to pay attention to detail to be a little different from the normal guy that just takes his phone and does things.
Right.
And it's been successful for us here, so we'll continue. We'll do as much as possible, as much as we possibly can.
I hope.
But
And you have to have
A dead cat.
right,
Oh,
equipment.
it's you know what? Funny you should mention that. Honestly, Lori and I struggled this past week because I have a Rode mic with the.
That's what this is.
That's what that, you know.
Yeah, but I don't have
did-
two of them, and I need to get the wireless too, because I need to have his and hers now, because we have problems with miking and we have problems with wind noise using the built-in microphones, and that's not happening again.
Well, the dead cat works really good
Yes.
for the wind noise.
Yeah,
really good.
But
Art, I got to ask you, did you get all the part numbers for that from my description block? Because that's everything I have. That's the exact. Did you get it?
Mike
I got to
Roach.
ask you, did you?
Mike
Did
Roach
you get it
hooked them
from
up,
there?
probably.
This
I put the links.
will hold the Osmo Pocket. You put your cell phone in here.
Yeah, I don't have
And-
that little. I don't have that, but the dead cat, the Rode mic, the Rode mic
Yeah,
mount.
this'll-
I
that
just
was all
use the
on-
cage. I just use the PGY Tech cage with mine.
and
It's like the little quarter 20 on the bottom, so I'll mount it on the dash of the car on the quarter 20.
If I was
And
in,
my
if I was,
my Freewell wide angle lens.
if I was in my home office,
best
I
lens
would
ever.
I'd be buy all that stuff, and I could put it up on the screen. But that's
well,
it's
this
actually.
goes
I gotta-
on top of your GoPro.
Yeah.
I saw
and
you
could
talking about
slide-
that. Yeah,
You could slide it. You could slide this.
it gives you a
on
cold
here.
mount. Yeah, it gives you an
Yeah.
additional cold mount. Yeah, an
there's-
extended cold mount.
You got to have another cold shoe. They're super handy. I got to
Or
tell
cold
you
shoe,
something
yeah.
about Freewell, though. You guys got to know about. So I bought this right before the Catskills trip. I bought the wide angle lens because I was going to do vlogging with it. And I was always annoyed with how not wide the DJI Pocket lenses. So I bought the Freewell wide angle lens, and then I also bought the ND filters that push onto it. And I lost one because they're just friction. They're held on with friction, and one popped off in a field somewhere. And I wrote the Freewell, and I said, "Oh, I'm a content creator. Here's my channel link and everything." And I said, "I bought these things. I only had them like a few days, like less than a week, and I lost one. It just came off." I said, "It's kind of a disappointing design, but is there a way I can get a new?" I lost the ND4. I'm like, which I hardly ever used.
Thank you, man.
And anyway,
Hey,
so
Ness.
they told me, no, you have to buy a whole set. Nice, look at that.
So
And
there
this-
you go.
go ahead,
big-
Chuck, and I'll
so
show you
anyway,
what I'm
really
talking
quick,
about.
just a shout out to Freewell, because these guys, after I explained, I said, well, I don't mind paying for one. I just want the ND4, and they came back and said, we're just going to send you a whole new set. What's your address?
awesome.
That's awesome.
No, I really
Freewell's
like.
awesome.
I do customer service reviews. I do product reviews, and I really like hearing stuff like that. And I highly recommend you actually kind of dedicate a video to something like that. Well, because when somebody takes,
I plan on it. Yeah.
when somebody takes the time, especially a big company, because there's a lot of big companies out there. We've talked about DJI kind of ignoring the consumer at points, ignoring some of the concerns that we have. But when you have a big company that goes out of their way to address an issue and do what they did with you, it's Lori. Last night, I started last night. I got some kind of cold from, I think, the air conditioning unit. Thanks for your concern.
You probably
So
got a little mold
when a bit-
spores
Mold.
probably bugging you.
well, I will tell you.
Microbial material.
Well, we're getting off topic because you do that to me all the time, guys. But
Squirrel.
speaking about microbial things that are riding on things inside the air, we're about three times a year here in the Philippines. What's nice about being in the jungle and being away from big cities like Manila and things like that is we have farms everywhere. All sugar around us is all sugarcane and cattle. We have sugarcane and cattle. But what happens is 3 times a year they do burning of the fields before they harvest all the sugarcane.
Mhm.
Then they cut everything down and then they burn it because it makes potash. It helps the soil and it makes the place ready for the next planting. They don't have, like in the U.S., we have all these big industrial, Massey Ferguson and Ford and John Deere, giant tractors and do everything. They don't do that in there. Most of the stuff they do, most of it is by hand. They do everything by hand. Or a cow or ox or whatever they call that type of a cow-looking thing that they have here, and they plow manually. Well, anyway, when they burn, I could actually, carabao. I could show you, while we're talking here, because I actually downloaded the video, and it wasn't meant to show you. Let me see if I can find it. So go ahead and talk about something else while I'm looking.
Well, Lori's watching this chat, and I was just laughing because Lori knows who I'm. When you kept saying, James, you kept saying, oh. I think of my friend Zach, who I work with the company. Lori, does James not sound like Zach? Oh, wait. She's probably laughing downstairs. It's all good. He gets really excitable. But it's actually Zach's fault and Keith's fault that I went to the Lego store earlier and walked out with a big bag of stuff.
Big bag of stuff.
In a much lighter wallet.
I don't know what
a heavy bag of Lego and a light wallet.
Oh.
Yeah. I got the space shuttle.
The White House. Oh,
I got the space shuttle Discovery with the Hubble telescope, and I was just gonna get that. And then what's on the shelf next to it? The flippin' Saturn V. I'm like,
there you go. I would have gotten the Saturn V.
Yeah, well, I did.
Okay, I'm gonna try to share this with you. I wasn't prepared for this, and but I'm gonna see if I can. Let's say share video file. Oh, do it. That makes me have to point to the video file.
Audio, if you want to see audio, but
no, there's no audio because it's drone. It's drone footage.
Oh, okay.
Is this from the new sexy drone?
Can you see it? Are you able to?
There
hold on.
Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah.
That's them burning back behind our house. That thing in the top left. Look in the top left. That's an old volcano.
That is cool.
Oh,
that's a dia, and that's them burning towards the Barangay right there, but where Roy and Michelle Sartor is. They must have coordinated. They must have got on their phones and said, "Hey, today's a great day to burn. Let's all burn at the same time." And
that is beautiful. And what's off way off at the horizon in the back of the screen? James?
That mountain, the mountain back there, that is Mount Mukluk. That's the one. If I heard Art talking about earlier about some of the early, he was watching earlier videos, and he remembers as I was walking into the build site from my apartment, and I'd always stop at that field, which is that sugarcane field that you're seeing burning right there.
Burning, but they do that regularly, right? They burn sugarcane fields on purpose. They used to do that on Maui.
They do it on
all
purpose.
The time.
No, it's definitely on purpose. Yeah,
and it stinks to high heaven too.
Well, but it makes
Maui.
We have our PWS, our personal weather station that we have right here. It reports the air quality, and it's actually toxic. When they do stuff like this, and again, they only do it like 3 times a year. And
there's Villa Feliz right there.
There it is. Yeah, there's Villa Feliz in the pool in the backyard. But that's it right there. But they do that. They do.
You're up pretty good there, man.
We're lucky. I found out something last night that shocked me, and it shocked me in a good way. And I think if
you're still picking up altitude, look at that. You're still going higher and higher. You're gonna go to the moon.
I don't even. This is not an edited video. This is raw footage. It was just something I took the drone up to get a picture of the burning.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to show my good friend and soon to be neighbor across the street here, and he's probably watching right now, Gerard. I wanted to show him what it looked like because they just did the subdivision looks totally different right now because we just did a contract to cut down lots of the trees. If you looked at this video a month ago, 2 months ago, you probably wouldn't see most of the streets. They would be all covered up. But we're doing a Bottleneck, which is our electric utility company. That's the gimbal.
Yeah, got wonky there.
Yeah, well, when I do a real hard turn sometimes at a high altitude, the gimbal, the drone itself doesn't, because that scared me. The first time this happened to me, the first time that happened to me, I thought it was the drone that was like taking a tumble, but it's not. It's the gimbal on the drone.
I've had the Mavic 2 Pro gimbal get a little wobbly from time to time. I really think that the motors in the gimbal assembly are pretty much perfectly sized for the gimbal, for the weight of the camera, so that you get any bit of like load from extra wind or whatever, and it kind of pushes it around, and the motors can't compensate. At least that's I consider the manufacturer that there's no safety factor in there. It's probably
Okay,
one for one.
Okay, just to before we close out this window, just to look, I think this is just at the beginning. It's not started. So you see this? Oh, well, you can't see my mouse over here, but you see that little mountain thing, small with the clay-like looking stuff to the top right? That's actually Anilau volcano. We had a volcano here probably millions of years ago. It's inactive. They have active, inactive, and like semi-active volcanoes that they track here around the Philippines. This is one of the inactive volcanoes. And I thought, because when I dug, well, not when I dug, when my contractor dug our cistern that goes down about four and a half meters down in the ground, which that's what is that? That's like about 15 feet deep. We hit lava. Molten volcanic lava about halfway down. And I always thought, in the back of my mind, I thought it was projectiles.
Was it still molten?
Well, no, it wasn't still. Of course. What do you think?
Molten lava.
I gotta step out for a second.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Okay.
two boys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
I have to be careful with you guys about how I say things. Anyway, it was lava. It was lava that was inside that we hit when we were digging, and I always thought, because there have been some massive eruptions from Taal over the millions of years, where it actually broke open the entire island, where the ocean actually came into the lake that is now Taal Lake. I thought maybe from one of those huge eruptions that's where we got the molten lava, until somebody that was at our house last night was talking about Anilau volcano. He said, "Oh, I remember you showing the lava that you found inside your dig." He said it's probably from our volcano, which this inactive volcano is really, well, you can see how close it is to us. It's probably 2.5 kilometers from our house.
Right.
So hopefully that bad boy never starts back up, but that's been dead for a long time.
No, that's what's called a extinct volcano.
Extinct volcano.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. You're in charge of the share, so you have to turn that off yourself. I gave you the file. I gave you the file link.
There we go.
So
yeah, because I got involved or interested in volcanology, because where I live, we have remnants of volcanic activity. We have two mountains that are called North and South Table Mountain, where they were lava flows many hundreds of millions of years ago. And so they have a flat surface on top. And the city of Golden is right in between those two mountains. And that's where Coors Brewery is located.
Okay.
And if you dig around here, you get down a foot or two, you'll run into volcanic rocks. You know, the kind of rocks that are pitted. You know, it looks like a sponge almost. Because
all the porosity inside the from the cooling action.
Mm-hmm.
Briefly, I just want to show you, because it has to do with your. That's why I was asking you. Did you get the same dead cat? Because did you get the parts from? Because I post these in my description block. Everything I have here for my editing.
I didn't get them from your website. I just let's see. I went on. I think it was Amazon. And I just did a search, and I go, oh yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Oh, these things work. These things work. But I'm going to make a suggestion to you beyond what you have right there. So you have the dead cat. You have the mount for the Rode boom mic that you have inside there. You have your Rode and your cable that goes to your GoPro adapter down inside here. But you see this mount right here? Your mount, you don't have a lot of flexibility, or I don't think you have any flexibility with that one because it's a rigid.
This will go right on top of the
well,
camera.
I will tell you, I highly encourage you, I highly recommend you getting something similar to this. And I have it, it's listed in my description block. What this does, this gives you, well, I'll loosen up a little bit. This gives you back and forth motion right here, because you're going to find there'll be some kind of conditions when you're doing some of your videos where you want to focus, because remember, the Rode is a boom directional mic. And any degree that you get away from it, you lose some of the ability of the microphone to do what it needs to do. So what you can do, depending on what situation you're in, you can have it focused without getting it in front of your camera, of course, to where it works optimally for your location where you have your focus. Also, not only does it go up and down, you see on here, this little thing, it will go left and right. So I find sometimes when I'm like now, if I was videoing you, but I'm back here, I just take the mic and I go back here to me back here, and I can do just like this. So I've got you in the frame. I've got my audio coming crystal clear. I work in the garden a lot. When I'm inside the garden, then I just take the mic and I move it over this way to the side, right? And I'm focused down here, and I'm to the side over here in this section over here. And so it's like all the way around. Yours, I think you limit yourself. You have to be right in front of that one on a fixed mount. So anyway, a very inexpensive option, but the versatility of this it's pretty much limitless. So I really like that.
I'll look into that. That's a good idea. I was originally just going to use this like a vlogging camera, so if I was indoors, I could have the camera set up on a tripod, and I could, you know, do a video, kind of like
that's why I like this for indoor. I like it in the cage with the Wi-Fi adapter because it has a base, so I can stand it like a bar, like I did last week. I put it in front of me and Lori with a bar. And
so Chuck, did you see this adapter I have right here?
I saw the tail end of it. Yeah, that looks pretty, pretty cool.
Yeah, this one lets you go up any direction this way, up and down. You can take your boom and you can move it like if you're behind the camera, stuff like that. So it's really, really versatile and works really good for vlogging, for any location that you're doing, whether your subject is in front of you, behind you, to the side of you, or when I say subject, I mean you doing the vocal to the side, front, back, wherever.
I really like the new Rode Wireless 2 that has the 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. You didn't see that?
No, I haven't seen that. As a matter of fact, I've been looking for a good wireless.
Well, I have this one. I have the original Rode, right? So you have one, you have the microphone unit, the transmitter, then you have the receiver that plugs into whatever device. Well, they just came out with one that actually has 2 microphones that talk to the same receiver. So then you could mic you and your wife, and it goes back. And then the new one actually has a built-in, it'll record. It actually records locally to the device if you want to, which is ridiculous.
You have to send me the links or the part numbers, or give me something on that if you don't mind, because
I need one of those.
That's exactly what we're looking for, because there's a lot of stuff I would like to be back in the frame. And I tried this one time, one of these extension cords, the little and it was just too much of a mess trying to do that, and it wasn't long enough. But yeah, I need something exactly, and to be able to have two microphones. You have 2 microphones and do that.
It's right here. I'll put it in the chat, like the chat for everybody, if I can. I think it's.
Well, James, it sounds like the birds are pretty active around you.
They're always the birds are always active. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I think I have to. I'm gonna have to
jungle.
Sorry, it's nice. I like your jungly sound, but yeah, I think I have to get one of those because it was a real problem for us last week, and the wireless Go's are so nice and compact. I mean, I got to keep this. That means I got to bring this plus the other ones though, because there are times when I want to, like Lori's using one device, I'm using another. I want us both to be mic'd. Well, and they have a little dead cat that goes on these too. The little dead cat goes on the top of these.
let me tell you, as cool and as clear and very nice, if you're in a professional environment where it's just you're doing a vlog, like what I did, and it works really good for me in 90% of my vlogging situations. Working in the garden, working on a project, this works fine. This is good. I don't have an audience around me that's looking and seeing. But when I do something like I used to do, when I used to go and interview people inside the mall or people in the community, I didn't have this. I used, let's just take this off.
You used the standard built-in mic.
Yeah. I had to, and I didn't even have a case. I just used it, and it was pretty much, people didn't realize because in the Philippines, especially in the province and the barangays around here, they're not used to technology. So they didn't even realize the GoPro was a camera at the very beginning. If you look at my earlier videos, when I was walking and talking and greeting the people inside my community, they had no idea. And I had a backpack. I would walk into work every day. And my backpack on the shoulder strap, I would hold the camera right here. And they had no idea that this was a camera that was sitting right here. Of course, it didn't have the case and everything like that. It was very inconspicuous.
Right.
And I got really, it was very, very natural. But as soon as they caught on later on and knew what I was doing, then a lot of times I would talk to people. It was like kind of staged, and sometimes they were obvious that they were on, and I couldn't capture that same feeling anymore. So when I go to the malls, So when I go to the mall sometime, it's very, very difficult to be inconspicuous
with that
inside the mall. Yeah. With this mount on here and this huge. When you walk inside there like this, it's like everybody knows what's going on, and I'm uncomfortable, and I don't want to make anybody else feel uncomfortable either. So, but if you had the wireless you have right there that you're talking about, that you could use it with a small profile.
I use the little lapel mic too with it. So see, I use this thing, the Rode
like a lavalier, a lavalier.
Lavalier.
Yeah, I have one lavalier, but
it just has the foam on it. But it works really great. And then to have.
Oh yeah, they're very clear.
And then the block just goes down in my pocket, and
well, there's so many times, you're you think before you do your project. I watch some of your stuff, and when you put your project together, there's a thought process that goes, how do I want to display this to my audience? And a lot of times I would like to do, like I see a lot of professional vloggers do, which I aspire one day to get to that point.
Yeah, me too.
I want to do where you're way in the background and you're walking towards the camera and you're talking normally in a normal and get up to the tight close up inside there.
And the wireless will let you do that.
The wireless will let you do that. I can't do that because the even with the Rode, even with this one right here, this is so clear, and it is the quality is awesome. But for every about couple of feet that you go away, you lose like about 5 dB of sound. So when you it's terrible. So what I have to do a lot of times, even when I'm doing something inside the garden or in the backyard, and I'm sitting maybe 2 yards or 2 meters or maybe 3 meters away from the mic, I have to crank, when I go into post editing, I have to crank my audio gain. It'll only go up to 400%.
I have to do that in DaVinci because Lori and I weren't mic'd together, and it's difficult. And then
very difficult.
We're gonna upgrade. We're gonna get the Rode, the Go to. So like I just think
So if you can give me the link.
It's in the chat. I threw it in the chat.
Is it in a private chat?
No, I threw it out there. Let everybody see because it's a really cool device.
Oh, okay. I'm copying and pasting that right now as we speak. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
Well, it's a super cool device. It made me feel bad because I bought my Rode like 6 months ago, and then this thing comes out like, oh, it's like the same price. You know how this stuff goes, right? Technology's like that.
Yeah, a lot of things are like that. There's something.
Yeah. Well, there's no. It packs so small. I could carry a redundant one around, and it would be nice. Like I said, sometimes there are times when you want 2 separate cameras. Lori and I were both. Lori's carrying a camera now on trips. This is amazing. The woman's videographing. She's doing videography with me now, which is really cool.
You got some competition there, Chuck.
No, this is good. It makes it better, right? Because she's getting.
I tell you what,
used some of her stuff this time. She had usable footage.
If Lori had her own channel, I'd watch her channel. I'd be a subscriber.
We got to get it going.
Ness loves it. Ness loves it when Lori pops into either her comments or whatever. She loves it when she does that. All the time. Oh, I wanted to do kind of a shout out and a thanks and a comment, and it has to do with I heard you mention earlier. I guess you watched yesterday's video from our friends that came in. Yeah, I was so I'll kind of let you know. The Adrian Perez, he lives in Washington State, but his family has I thought it was a huge business because he sent me a link to their website, and it was like anything on any big like Anheuser-Busch kind of marketing. When I looked at their website, and it was professionally done, because most of the time in the Philippines, I will tell you, the websites, very little do they use websites in the Philippines. Everything's Facebook. And if you do go to a website, none of the links work. You click on something and it doesn't give you what you want, or it's like it's not a secure site or anything. Well, they did a good job. Whoever they did for their site did. It was wonderful. So I'm like, oh, when he sent me the link, I'm like, oh, these guys are legit. So he said, and I thought it was going to be huge. I thought this was going to be, and what he said, he told me, he said, James, I like your channel. He says, I'm from your area inside the Philippines. And he said, I want to send you a gift. And I have I got to tell you, the subscribers on my channel are some of the kindest subscribers anywhere in the world. I got there. So the comments that they make, and mine. Yep. And they send me some really neat gifts and stuff like that. So he said, yeah, I'd like to send you a gift. Then he follows up later on with another email, and he says, is it okay if he said, give me your address and I'll ship it to you. And what method do you prefer? I'm like, well, what method do you normally send it out when people buy on how do you send it to he said, would it be okay if I have my sister hand deliver it to your site? Because she wants to come visit you. And I'm like, yeah, that's fun. That would be great. I said, and that will give us an opportunity, since your sister is part of the business. I said, that's a great episode right there. We'll sit there and we'll discuss what's involved with that. And again, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, this is a huge, huge company. Well, when she comes in and she starts talking, it's a small family-owned, a very small family-owned and operated business right here. So I was really so happy, and that they took the time to come out. And I'll show you. You were talking about the types of, and these are like some of the. I don't know if you can see with the reflection.
Ooh,
this is
that big.
And all of their liqueurs that they make here, all of the ingredients come from local farmers right here. And their place isn't that far from here. It's only, you know where Taal is? They're like 6 kilometers. They're like 6 kilometers from Taal, from the volcano over there.
I gotta watch this one. I've been so busy editing, I didn't pay attention to much of anything.
This one's mango. So I put it on here. This one's mango.
Art mentioned that one earlier.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, not only did they bring us the gifts, they brought us 6 bottles. These are the small ones, but one of them that has to do what
Fly Zone.
One of the things Batangas is known for. Anywhere you ask anybody in the Philippines, what is Batangas known for? Well, a couple of things. One is their bolo knife, but the other thing is Barraco coffee, and it is one of the best. It is one of the best. I will say, I am a coffee connoisseur. I love tasting, and one of the best coffees around the world is made right here in Batangas, and I don't know why they don't market it around the world. I guess they just haven't. Because it's an investment kind of a thing, and nobody really hasn't done, but it's competitive with Colombian, Arabian. I mean, some of the best coffees around the world. Well, anyway, they brought me the big bottle, not the smaller one here, but the wine, like the 750 milliliter kind of a bottle of the Barraco liqueur. They brought me the six flavors: calamansi, the mango. Cacao, ginger, which is chocolate, ginger. There's one. Oh, Chico. We have a Chico tree here. And they brought that. Then, not only did they bring us the gifts, they brought us the gifts to give to us to try them out. They brought the same amount, exact same amount, another 6 that they opened for a sample. And we in the video, you saw I know Art saw the video. And
I have to watch it. I'll watch it.
Like when you go to Napa Valley or any of the vineyards and stuff like that, or you go to any distillery like Jack Dan, they give you a little cup, and they put a little bit just for you to taste it, and then you wash your mouth out and you go to she brought all of that stuff, and we tasted. It was like having my own personal or our own personal experience going cool. to. It was so cool, and then. She said, "Is it okay if I've already opened these bottles? Is it okay if I leave all these bottles with you?" And she left. So we got 12.
Twist my arm. Stop.
Yeah. So we got 12 bottles of this of the liqueurs.
Awesome.
And if you go to the website, I don't know if it's on the website, their website, but she sent me another link. Let me know if you don't see it on the website if you go to the link. But she sent me another link, and it's the recipe card. There's a recipe card they have with dozens and dozens of recipes where you can add different types of alcohol, whiskeys, and all the other kinds of stuff with this, and make all these fancy cocktail drinks as well. So if you go there and you can't find it, let me know. Unfortunately, you can't buy this in the U.S. It's only available in the Philippines. It's only so when Art and you Chuck, when you and Laurie come over to visit something like that, I'll make sure we pre-order some of this stuff from them, and you hopefully you could take some back with you when you go back to the U.S.
Can't wait till the freaking world opens up again. We have so many places to go.
Well, I got one more thing that I wanted to share with you, and it has to do with people being so kind. And you see this? I mentioned to our friend Gerard. Remember, I told you our Canadian neighbor that's going to be building here real soon, and he sent me. I told him about one of my other favorite coffees around the world is Kicking Horse Coffee, and you've probably seen it in some of the coffee shops around there. From Grizzly Claw, this one right here, and I want to thank Gerard and his wife V. They sent us 4 bags of these from Canada.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
And these are whole bean. We put them in the grinder. And they're really good. And these are perfect complement to go with the liqueurs that came here, because you can add the liqueurs to the coffee. Yeah. So anyway,
you got to talk to Keith next time. Keith from the K Spot's on here. You have to talk coffee with that boy. He's he is. Yeah, he's serious about his coffee. Oh,
you see, you never see me every morning. There's like 3 or 4 cups, and this is Bradocco inside here in a Starbucks coffee cup. But
I think Keith's mentioned that. Well, you need to talk to Keith, because he drank the coffee that it's made out of like, what is it, cow shit or something, and they collect.
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard.
I forget what it is. But
it's fermented or somebody. I think somewhere in the Philippines they were telling me about something like that. Yeah.
It's ridiculously expensive, and he's had it. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, that's disgusting. And he's like, it's really good, Chuck. You should try it. That just sounds.
There's a type of primate that eats the coffee bean.
Yeah.
And it goes through and it comes out the other end.
Like corn?
And
like corn?
That's it. That's the process. No, that's the process what Art is talking about. The cow eats the coffee bean, and then it comes out the other end, and it's coffee.
Yep. It's the right color. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Hey, where is it? Hold on a second. Oh, this desktop. I want to. I don't. This scared me this morning, and I want to. I'm like, oh, it's finally come down to it. Art, I always tell Art, thank you for inviting me on your show, because sometimes I kind of overrun and talk a lot, and I'm like, I'm expecting the day. How do I do this? Maybe because I'm expecting the day that I get an invite or don't get an invite, or I get an invite that has no link in it, and
an empty invite.
And let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it in. This is what I got today. I wasn't joking with you this morning. When I said, "Oh, there's no link inside here," and I'm like, "Oh, there it is." And that's what I got from you. You see, it says, here's your link, and then there's nothing there.
That's funny.
Jeez.
And I'm like, that's it. All right.
He's cut off.
I guess
man.
I guess I'm going to have to start my own video streaming YouTube channel.
Well,
Keith and I didn't do
one. That's why Ken Heron didn't pop in tonight.
Oh, you stiffed the boy.
I think he's at a drone event this weekend down in South Carolina.
He's always up to
guys.
He's always up to something. That guy is always up to something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I tell you, you know who I saw? That was last week. And it was Lloyd. What's his?
Lloyd Mendenhall.
What's his? Grumpy vlogger.
Grumpy old vlogger.
The grumpy old vlogger. That guy gets around.
Does
that guy gets around. He's like, every time I go to anybody's drone channel, I always see him. He's either making comments in the background. I don't see him on a lot, like the visual on like this kind of stream on. I know he's on Greg's show all the time, but he gets around.
He's on 400 AGL's show every Sunday.
And he is. Does he have his own channel? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he have it?
Grumpy vlogger.
Oh, he has his own. He has his own. Oh, you know what? I feel bad now. I got to go and visit his, because I said if he had a channel, I'd be on his channel all the time, because he's just one of the funniest guys. He's got such a great personality, and I gotta go and try to hunt him down and find out where his
he does
channel
a
is.
live stream on Monday evening. That would be Tuesday morning your time, and I'm his guest host.
Okay. Well, is that the name of is it the Grumpy Vlogger? Is that the YouTube vlogger, the channel? Okay. Well, I gotta apologize to him for not being on there much earlier, because I really like his approach. I like his how he displays himself and his talk. He's just a really nice guy. So I'm gonna have to go on his show.
He's Air Force.
Cool.
Retired Air Force.
And he's friends with Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. They've been friends for many, many years.
Mr. Stay Drunk.
He's an awesome.
Yeah. Well, if they keep sending me the stuff like this right here, I might have to change my.
Here's the link to Lloyd's channel.
There you go. Steve hooked you up.
James.
Okay, here. I'm gonna do a screenshot real quick of that. Did I do that?
Just click on it. Right.
I got it. I got it.
Cool.
I don't know. I can't click on it. I can't click on it.
I can. Right click on it.
On the screen?
Link in new tab. Open link in new tab. There he is. Grumpy Vlogger. Why am I not subscribed to this guy? I was subscribed to him. Okay. Well, we fixed that problem.
That's YouTube again.
They want to keep beating us down.
Yeah. Yeah, my channel keeps fluctuating. I'm at 1 week I'll be at 1440. Next week I'm 1430, and it just drives me nuts.
All right. Well.
Well, I heard you talking about earlier about you were talking about copyright strikes and how strict YouTube and stuff like this, and you made a comment inside there about something, and I think it had to do with if you have music, if you're doing some music or something like that.
In a pub. I was in a pub and the music was pretty prominent. Unlike, I mean, a lot of times there's so much banter you can't really hear it, and it's not a problem. But this time it was like, obvious.
Chuck, it actually, it's gotten a lot better, and I will tell you why it has gotten a lot better. Before, if you were in a place that was playing music just in the background, like you're talking about in a club, or if you're sitting inside your house and you play something yourself, even if you like Ness and I we play covered tracks all the time. They would actually give you the option of deleting all that audio in that section or removing the video. But nowadays, probably within the last year or two, nowadays they don't. They tell you this is not a copyright strike. Don't be worried. But the person, whoever the artist's studio or the people, the recording agency,
make all the money.
They have the right to put advertisements on your channel, which is a smart thing. It's such a smart thing to do, because now they're they're making money, but that's what
They're
they're
making
doing
money
now.
from us because we don't mean to advertise for them, but we are. And so it should be like a synergistic thing where it's like, okay, I'm helping them, they're helping me. It's not intentional. It's just working out way.
That's a big word. Synergistic. Did you just say synergistic? Wow.
I did.
I might have to look that one up. Anyway,
Like
Ness and I, what we do is, and we're going to be doing it more in the upcoming future. We're probably about once a week. We're going to sit down and do us practicing, and we're going to share our little practice session doing mostly cover tunes, because I only have about a dozen of my own songs that are originals. And what we'll do is we'll put those on it, and we're not afraid to do that anymore, because you can even monetize. You can monetize that tune with somebody else's material on there, as long as you're willing to give them part or most. It's really most of the profit that you would normally receive off of that one video. But that's fun. It's okay, because it lets you do the thing you like doing the most, and at the same time you don't get penalized, and really you don't. Your video doesn't get taken down, because even at one point they could shut your channel down. If you.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why like that clip I was talking about earlier was one of the bars pub we went to last week, and I was really bummed out because I played it back and it was just so obvious. I'm like, oh, all right. So I took the whole audio track out. I replaced it with Epidemic Sound music, and then I found some Epidemic Sound bar sounds, clinking glasses and stuff. Put it in there, laid it in low, and kind of I rebuilt my empire. And then as we walk into the door, as Lori opened up the door, we go in. I brought the audio up, and it's good enough. It'll work. And then I turned into a silent movie, basically, right? Which I don't want to do anymore. I like the banter. I like Lori and I we're engaged and we're talking, and I like that. Yeah. I think that's what people want to see. They don't want to. I mean, I make really good. Okay, I'll puff up myself. I make really good music videos. I do, but I want to bring us into the picture and get us out there. I think that's what's going to make the difference.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done the same. Not a lot. I haven't had to do that in a lot of videos. Maybe 3 or 4 videos out of, I don't know. We have like about 900 videos that we already posted. Yeah. But about 3 or 4 of them, I caught myself in a situation where I have maybe a 30 plus minute video, and it's really good content inside there. But I have one like 5 seconds inside there that would cause that same problem. And I've gone inside there and I deleted everything inside there. Or what I did was I mask it. It's there in the background, but I put something overlay so you can hear the banter of what you're talking about, like you and your wife talking, or
but just sounds like too. It's hard to do though, because it's like it muffles everything when you do that. It's tricky. I'll continue to work on that. I think if you know what will help though, seriously, having a real microphone will help, because then it's gonna take that all down. You're gonna be primary, so you can get away with doing what you're describing, where you'll have enough bandwidth, I guess, between you speaking and the background, where you can technically add another background layer and kind of mask the copyrighted stuff.
Well, I'm real excited about that, about the wireless mic that you're talking about, idea, because I almost bought wireless mic in the past, but the limitation of only one microphone has always been just a turnoff for me. I always want to get where you could have 2 levelers with 2 transmitters, but
now you can, and one receiver, and the one receiver can go actually record the audio and just go like get your little clappy thing going, so when everything syncs up, and sync up all your stuff, and off you go.
Well, that's the magic of Wi-Fi as opposed to Bluetooth, because normally Bluetooth, it's like one. Yeah, you have one connection, and you didn't have the ability, but Wi-Fi, whoever connects to the Wi-Fi next, I guess. But yeah, I definitely want. Please send me more information on that one, and
I need to buy one. I shouldn't have bought all that Lego today. That was my road fund.
Oh, and I also heard you say this morning. I'm in a catch-up mode, because I listen to you guys all morning, and I heard you saying something about James has so much discipline that he's got the new drone and he hasn't taken it. It's still I haven't unwrapped it, and it's got nothing to do with discipline. Literally
busy.
Nothing
to do. Busy.
Yeah, this week has been a crazy week, and something. If you spend any time in the Philippines, and you take an opportunity to learn the culture inside the Philippines, it's not like our culture is so different. The American culture is so different from the Philippine culture. we are always in, and good. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's not so good thing. But over here, there's more an emphasis on building relationships, and building relationships means spending time with people. Even if somebody comes to your house and just drops by your house, it's not like they come in, they have a cup of coffee, and boom, they're gone. It's like last night. Last night we had one of the families from the barangay come to visit us here, and it was like 4.5 hours. They were here for 4.5 hours. Yep. But that is normal. If you stop by anybody's house, just go and just say hello. It's a commitment of your time, and it almost seems like the more time that you spend with them, the more they feel that you have a bonded relationship with those people. Now in the U.S., again, it's kind of the other way around. In the U.S., it's like in and out, boom. Yeah,
in and out
patience. The patience of most of us Americans are like about this high.
Yeah,
right
we all have
here.
ADD here in the States.
Yeah, we and it has to do with, and maybe that has to do with a lot of our successes.
Something in the water
with technologies and things like that. We want to get it done. We want to build something real quick. We want to receive it from Amazon.com in the next few hours. We want all this kind of. It's not like that. But you know what? I will tell you, in the U.S., I had a stress level that was crazy. I was taking Nexium for reflux and all this kind of stuff. Over here, it's so relaxed. If you can learn to adapt to this. I take no medication. It is so relaxing over here. You'll find. Yep. That's my big plug for the Philippines for today.
Yeah, nice. I was gonna say my friend Zach here in the States is he does exactly what you just described. He's a very talky dude.
Are you barking at yourself in the reflection?
Zach comes over to the house. Well, now he's in Minneapolis, but when he came over to the house, it was an all-night affair when he came over. So it's just like James described. We got quiet. What happened? Who got muted?
No, I
James.
That's my dog. I don't know. She's barking at a reflection. And, maybe there's somebody else. Hey.
Damn.
Hey, Michael. Joe Blaylock. Good to see you. Bill Ronayne.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad I got to drop in for a little while with you guys here this morning.
Yeah, us too.
I can say
drop off soon. I don't know how long we're gonna go, but I gotta.
Yeah.
Chuck always makes me feel guilty. He always makes me.
I don't mean to. No, I don't mean to. It was kind of fun to be in the house last week, and I told Lori, said I really want to get on. Like we were driving back to the house from. Actually, it was from the last place we're at was that bar I was telling you about where I had the footage where I had to cut out the music, but. And a really pretty sunset we were driving back to. The clouds were kind of the sun was reflecting off the clouds. Pretty. So anyway,
did you upload?
I was like, I want to get on that. What? No. I have I have a little more audio work to take care of, and then probably gonna chop it up into bits, doing like probably bite-sized
part
pieces.
1 and part 2, something like that.
I'm thinking 3 or 4, yeah, because it's just.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've had to do that before.
But now I gotta add reels, like next time,
And then he's got my videos that he's gotta.
Yeah, well, yours could be running right now. There's no reason why the laptop couldn't be just ripping them right now.
Yeah.
Except that I can't multitask because I'm a guy. Guys can't multitask. Well, maybe it's just me.
Good evening, M Drone.
M Drone 1. It's like Endgame, right? Endgame, M Drone.
Oh, look at that!
Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Huh? Say hi. Oh,
he likes you.
It's my buddy. Yeah, he's my buddy.
Yeah.
Well, they're both my buddies. And they have 180 degrees. Their personalities and their characteristics are 180 degrees from each other. So very different. And he is like twice the size of Marianne. Marianne's just a little fat, chubby little. I shouldn't say that in front of her, but she's yeah. But and Hapon is like he's when he goes to the gate, he's so fierce. His hair stands up, and he's like he's gonna attack you and tear you to bits and pieces. But if I put some dog food in their 2 bowls here, and Marianne goes sees Hapon and she wants to get, and she approaches Hapon's bowl. Hoppo just run. He's scared to death of Marianne. He will run away from him. Won't get. He's so afraid. He's so afraid of this little girl right here. I don't know what it is. But he's a baby. He's such a baby.
Oh. Well, you know, James, they have a DNA kit for dogs where you can find out what kind of mutt you have.
No kidding.
I already know what kind of mutt.
Looks pretty German Shepherdy to me.
Well, I think he has a little bit of a Dalmatian inside him, just a little bit, like 1%.
1%. That's all that fit.
The good thing about knowing what kind of breed your dog is, then you know what the medical conditions you might expect down the road.
Yeah, because like German Shepherds have hind quarter issues later on. My buddy had one. And,
that's right. I've seen that before.
Reno. His dog's name was Reno. He was an awesome dog, but yeah, that's what wiped him out in the end. He lost his mobility.
But I got to really ask you, Art. You've been to the Philippines. Am I going to find a DNA kit for a dog in the Philippines?
Well, you can order one and have it.
Well, you know, if it's mostly German Shepherd, then it's most likely to have some of the challenges that breed has.
Yeah,
even because primarily it's makeup.
It's like the certain things you just don't find. That you would go on Amazon.com or go online on Lowe's or Home Depot in the US, and it's like common day-to-day stuff that you see everywhere. There's just certain things you never. It's like a couple things, like for the yard, looking for like landscape lighting. You know, landscape lighting is this. Everybody has it in the US. I think I'm the only one. I think I'm the only one in Lipa City who has landscape lights in my yard. And you know, they have the transformers. You know, no, actually, you can buy. This is so weird. You can buy landscape lights on Lazada here, plenty, and they're cheap, and they're pretty good quality. That's what I have here. But what you're going to find in the Philippines, they will sell a product that requires something to make that product work, but they don't sell that item that's required to make that product work. Like the transformer, you know, the transformers that you have to make the landscape lighting. They have the timer in it and the photo sensor inside there for the dusk and dawn turn off. They come in a box. They're water.
Yeah.
They don't have those over here. They don't have those. So you know what they do? I found that what they do over here, because I almost bought one from the States, but if I bought one from the States, it would have meant that they would have to put it on a step-down transformer, 240 to 120 for a transformer. Then, and actually, believe it or not, transformers, even when they're idle, they use electricity. They do. Just in a standby mode. So I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want it, because most of your lights are like 300 watt, 300, maybe 150, 200, 250, 300 watt light. You don't want a transformer running 24 hours a day for no reason at all.
I break my transformer at the I have a switch that's in my home automation that just energizes, de-energizes on the sunset sunrise cycle and turns those things on and off.
So I think I saw Gerard was watching this, and so I don't have to tell him, and I can tell everybody at one time right here. It's something that to do if you want to do landscape lighting inside the Philippines. I learned something. It's very easy. Instead of buying the huge expensive transformers over here, all the LED landscape lighting kits they have over here are most of them are 12 volt. You can get 12 volt or 24 volt, but they're 12 volt. And then most people say, is it 12 volt DC, low voltage DC voltage, or
DC.
What is it?
AC.
Well, they have both. Well, they have
really?
the ones that I bought, and I didn't realize that because I thought I had to have DC voltage, and I prefer DC voltage. But we'll do a little
further though.
Well, that's it. I was just going to do a AC/DC 101 class here, and you nailed it right there.
Sorry,
is man. the AC does no? That's okay. That's
Benjamin
okay.
Franklin. That's what Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
Is kind of noted
Thomas
for.
and Thomas Edison. You know Thomas Edison at the very first.
Yeah, Thomas Edison.
He wanted to do DC lights as well. But they found out, oh man, this doesn't go very far.
No, that's the problem with it. Yeah.
So,
No.
but for small backyards like this, DC will actually,
Probably
if you're doing between 100 and 150 feet of run, and you have a decent DC transformer power supply, it's okay. But what I was getting to, what they do over here, instead of those really big fancy looking boxes that we pay the fancy price for in the US, all they do is they buy a transformer, like one of the real small that you normally find in the back of, like if you have a guitar amplifier, and it goes inside and it takes your AC voltage and transfers
wire it
over
inside the house and then run it through conduit outside and have the switch
what they do,
inside.
you get a waterproof box. You get a waterproof box, and you put one of these like 1,000 peso, $20 or less transformers that transforms like 240 volts here, or 120 in the US, 240 to 12 volt AC, or you can have the ones, and they're the cheapest ones that say AC to AC, where you don't have to have the divider inside the transfer itself to go from AC to DC. If you do the AC, it's cheap. It's only, I think I paid 500 and something pesos, about $6. About $6 is what I paid for it, and I tested it out. I tested I think yesterday, the day before, and re-identified.
Well, you know what I'm using? What I'm using to do mine is I ran all the wiring, the low voltage wirings, all AC low voltage, came into the house through conduit, through the wall, and then I ran it to, I have a switched outlet that's Z-Wave controlled, but you could use Wi-Fi controlled outlet too. And then I bought the plug-in transformer, the 50 VA transformer that wired up the leads for the 12 volt AC out, 120 into the duplex. And then the command to turn the duplex on and off is through the switched outlet that's controlled by my home automation that turns it on at sunset every night, turns it off at sunrise in the morning. They're just on all night.
Yeah, that's kind of similar. Yeah,
simple. And it's all everything that's not waterproof or watertight is in my basement, so it's like it's all good.
Yeah, well, it's kind of similar to my yard speaker system for the sound system. Yeah, I use the Alexa device. And that's what that has a smart switch, you know, and exactly. I tell the A person or the A device to turn on the
she can control all this stuff too. I can have her.
She has too much control.
She's a control freak, you know. She's control freak. Yeah. She has issues. Yeah. But anyway, so it's like she's meddled with Vera. Vera is the name of my home automation gateway. And the A chick and Vera, I don't know, maybe they got a thing going, but whatever. They definitely work together. Because like the whole reason I did the automation was basically it controls the whole house. It waters Lori's plants for her. Who's laughing at me?
No, I got a message from Gerard in Canada offline from this one. He said when I whispered the A word, it triggered his Alexa device. Device.
There you go.
Uh-oh. Well, you guys just skip me all the time. That's why I now have headphones and
exactly.
That's one of the main reasons I use this now because of
my big Mickey Mouse ears. Yeah, I know I'm a troublemaker.
You are. You really are.
I am. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a troublemaker.
But it's okay. We have a lot of fun. You know what? I got to tell you, for my cold, I'm actually feeling better. I think
you're outside.
I might have to
sunlight and getting that fresh air.
If my doorbell rings, which it's supposed to, unless I'm like Bill on Coast to Coast and my pizza goes to the neighbor's house, I'm gonna have a pizza delivery soon. So
I think this helped me out this morning. I wasn't coming. I woke up feeling really bad this morning. I mean, almost every aching type of cold ache that you could possibly, except for fever. I didn't have fever. I had about everything you could possibly have. I didn't even want to get out of bed this morning, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got to see you guys here this morning, see the people.
Wait. Yeah. Well, AZ Drone Dude, I didn't know you could change her name to something else and make it custom. I always wished you could do that.
No, it's you can call you go into settings and you can call it the A word, you can call it Echo, or you can call it Amazon. That's and computer. There's 4. Those are the 4 that you can.
Why can't you customize it like asshole or something?
I've been saying
or the B word.
Yeah,
Shut up.
biatch. You should call it biatch.
I have been saying that.
Jexy. You're like Jexy, like that movie.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Why can't I do that? Because I don't think they was Jeff Bezos, the CEO for the company. I'm like, why don't they allow you? Because there's so many devices inside. I will tell you, in my house here, just in between the living room and the kitchen, there's three devices just there, and they have different they have different roles. I have them assigned to different roles inside there. So in the great room, I have one called Echo and one called Computer, and the one in the kitchen directly behind them, because it's open concept. That one's the A word inside there. So it's kind of weird. It's silly we have to do this, but I have to think in the back of my mind, who am I talking to? What do I want done inside here to have this thing done? And then we have them all over in the basement. In the basement, we have them because I have multiple. Oh, the basement's even worse. The basement, I have one, two. No, I have 3, 4. I have 4 of them inside the basement for different roles.
Yeah, we have 2 of those A things in the house. One upstairs, one downstairs.
But isn't it weird how we personalize our non-human devices here?
I'm bad with my robots. I have my little vector robots, and
Ness argues with Alexa. I hear her arguing all the time because
Lori
sometimes
likes
because of her
vector all the time.
Because of Ness's accent, sometimes
gets confused.
It doesn't understand what you're saying. It's just like, what you dumb blah, 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 blah. I won't go into detail. Some of the stuff is just no, that's not what I said. Why don't you understand what I'm saying?
Did you see Phil's comment? A-hole would not be good. Seriously, my doorbell's gonna ring any second. In fact, the timer went off on the microwave downstairs. I set it for 45.
Guys, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta take a pit stop.
If I have to
talk amongst yourselves, I'll be right back.
All right, we'll talk amongst ourselves. If my doorbell rings, I'll have to drop out too for a second and go grab my pizza. But it's all paid
God,
for.
please don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone inside here.
You can handle it. It won't. That's how it'll go though, because the 45 minutes is up.
But we're running late anyway, isn't it? Because don't we? It's way past the 2-hour mark.
Always run late. This is So my editing though, James, I need to break it up into 4. I've already picked the dividing points where I want to break the show or the vlog, because it's all basically chronological. So I know where I want to break it. Now I got to break it, but I think I need to add bits to tell people what's coming up next time.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. If you start that
and then flashback when the next one have a little flashback last time.
Yeah. Well, you know what I've noticed? I noticed some people do it. We have it, but I don't use it for that one. At the very end, I forgot what they call that, but you can put boxes,
cards.
The cards. Yeah, I think they're called cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can put those
after the release.
What I've seen people do is one of the cards, and they'll do one. They'll only do it because you can define your space as 1 card, 2 cards. I don't know how many cards.
Yeah, I think you can have up to 4. But you could call out, be like, check out the next.
You can always say this,
episode.
and if you didn't see last week's, or if you did, most of the time it's for last week's because you haven't done the next week's episode yet. So let's say, in case you missed last week's episode, you point up and to the side, wherever you have it, wherever, and you put that in that location inside there. I have those, and what I do is I put 2 inside there. I'll put sometimes the last episode. Sometimes one of the nice things about defining it is you can put what the viewer based on the viewers, because they have those algorithms.
I've seen that where you can prioritize how you want. You can let the YouTube.
So you don't even
algorithm,
define. You can
let the algorithm do it, and it'll pick what's best for them. What it thinks
what's best for them. So that's like the one last night. I think that's what I did. I think I put maybe one about the swimming pool, and then one about whatever. I let YouTube handle that one right there. So I do that. But what I have seen, what I was getting at, is a lot of people use it for. They always post last week's or last episode, the very last episode.
That makes sense.
Inside that part. Makes it very easy.
I'll need to do that. That's good advice. But this one was a lot of work because I was doing a lot of, and Lori was very cooperative. She cooperated with me, and I said, okay, we're going to do some filmmaking here. We got to kind of stage some things and do some stuff. And
Well, I will tell you a limitation though, using those cards. What I don't like about it, and I probably should write to YouTube. YouTube actually listens to the content creators, and they make a lot of really good changes. But what I don't like about the cards is you can only put it in like the last 10 seconds or 15 seconds of the
10
video.
or 15 seconds or something.
Yeah, and I don't want to put it. I didn't want to put it there. I wanted to put it a little bit further back inside here to talk and point and do whatever I need to, and just do a normal closing at the very end. But there's probably a reason they do that, because maybe it has something to do. Maybe they want users. Maybe it's a motivation for them to stick through to the end of your video.
To watch
I
the
don't
whole
know.
video for
maybe
yeah,
I don't know.
probably. Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of motivation like that.
Because a lot of the people I notice, if you go through analytics, you can look at the analytics, and analytics will tell you.
Oh yeah,
where
sign
people
up with Buddy. Use TubeBuddy? Do you
YouTube
use
Buddy?
TubeBuddy?
No, I haven't done that.
I actually signed up for it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Is
I
it?
have it.
Yeah.
What is it? What is that? Is it like an analytics or what?
It's
what
like
is
an
that?
analytics thing, yeah. And I started off with the freebie one, but it didn't last. It wasn't very long. I used the freebie one. I'm like, yeah, I need more. And they kind of, yeah, it's cool.
It's amazing how all these free things, all the time that you go inside there, all these different free
Ooh.
thing, you're like, oh, this is so cool, and they do that by design. They do that
I
by
know
design.
they do. I know that it's all drug dealer tactics. Everything is.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
You know,
Well, I'm worried.
Try this
I'm a little
free.
worried. I'm a little worried because usually nothing is free. I've learned in life nothing is free.
Well, that's absolutely true. That's an old saying, and it's absolutely true. Nothing in life is free. There's no free lunch. Blah blah blah.
What do you got there, Art? What's going
Mambo.
on?
It's got the
This
Mambo.
new?
Trying out.
Is this a new toy?
The Mambo.
Yeah. I wanted to compare this to the Tomzon Flying Pig that I got last week.
Oh.
And they're about the same size. This one will do flips side to side, forwards and backwards, where the Flying Pig will only do a forwards flip, which is cool. And the Flying Pig has LED on the prop, so if you're flying in the dark, it looks pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. You know what? You know, we started. I gotta wait for Chuck to come back. I can't discuss this topic.
I guess his pizza showed up.
Oh, maybe. I didn't hear the doorbell ring. Did you hear the doorbell ring?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna start this, and I'll briefly when he comes back in, or he can go back and he can watch the video. And remember, we started out talking about because we started talking about the Aldio people who brought the gift, and then we do a review. I talk about how we do reviews. We do customer service reviews. We do product reviews. Well, I'm getting ready to do a customer service review, and I think a lot of people are going to find this extremely revealing and probably extremely concerning at a point, and it has to do with one of the biggest corporations in the world. And I hope I don't offend them, but it has to do with Samsung. And I'm going through a customer service experience with them right now as we speak. And I don't want to give too much of it away right now, but I'm tracking all these events that are going on right now, and I think again, without being too revealing about what we're going to be talking about, I think a lot of people will find this a very interesting upcoming video. Now, I always do, before I express my opinion about something, I give the company that I'm dealing with an opportunity to do the right thing, whatever the right thing.
I could hear you guys downstairs. Lori left the stream on her computer.
Okay.
Art's getting watch time.
I was just telling Art. I'm because we were talking about big corporations earlier about doing product reviews, and I was talking about how the small company came here from for the liquor company. Well, I told Art I am in the process. I'm building the content for a customer service
do it.
experience.
No, I do have to go. That's pizza guy.
Oh God! I'm not, Chuck, you're gonna have to watch this. I'm not gonna explain it again. Like I said. Anyway, so expect that. I'm hoping for good results, but I have some concerns, and I'm going to reveal something that I think a lot of people are going to be shocked. But I don't want to give it away. Yeah, I don't want to give it away now. I don't want to give it away now because it's going to be.
Yeah.
So.
You want to give them the sizzle and not the whole steak.
Yeah. So expect that on an upcoming video. I'm giving Samsung the opportunity to do the right thing. So we're waiting. We're waiting on that. We're talking with Samsung Philippines and the local Samsung a repair center here in our local area right here, and there's going to be some cool stuff that has to do with that. Look forward to that one. Cool.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you fly your new drone.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm really looking forward to doing that. But I would have tell you, if it wasn't for the vlogging, I would have already opened the box. I would have popped open the box. I would have charged the battery. I would have done everything. But I kind of want to share that, and that's the double-edged sword of being a vlogger. Is normally anybody else, it's like you get something in the mail, you rip open the bag, and you do whatever you have to do. I have so many of these
unboxing.
Now I have so many this stuff on my shelf in the workshop down in the basement. They're sitting there because I don't want to open all these things and mess with these things because I want to share that with the audience because people like details. It's like I'm getting ready to do. I was supposed to have done it 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Put the check valves in the waterfall inside the pump room, the life support system for the swimming pool. But I think people are going to find that really interesting. The approach that I'm going to use. What do you do? It's like a dilemma. I have a dilemma. I have a pipe that's already there. They put no unions inside there for flexibility. How do I install a check valve inside there that the check valve is fixed and the pipe is fixed? How do I do that? And I want to share how I plan on doing that inside there and the reasons why. And it will help a lot of people in the Philippines. I think in the U.S. it's not a big problem.
My PI dream.
In the U.S. it's not a big deal because if you have the pool companies that build your pools and your life support in the U.S., they do this all the time. They build in flexibility. They have forward thinking. For if something breaks, I need to easily be able to replace it.
You crack me up.
Not over here.
You crack me up. I was just the house we just rented had a tub problem. The jet tub wasn't working, and
isn't that a nightmare? Isn't that a nightmare?
I found the access. Well, at first I did all the troubleshooting I could possibly do. Dude. And like through the closet, I looked and I found the panel in the closet and I told the owner, I said, I'm going to take a peek if you don't care because I can't help it. I'm curious. And she's like, no, go ahead. And I opened it up. I was like, yeah, no.
It's like, our house in the U.S. is built by D.R. Horton. It's one of the biggest house building subdivision tract, companies out there. And I looked at the method that they did for our jacuzzi inside our bathtub. We have a jacuzzi bathtub inside there. I'm like, what if I ever have to get inside there and do any repair inside there? And I'm like, and I looked, I saw the access hole that they have inside there.
They give you like 18 by 18. It's like nothing.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then if you have to get around to the pipes on the backside, you have to rip the wall out. You literally will have to rip the wall out. And then go back inside there and put your sheetrock back on there and repaint everything because you're not going to fix that jacuzzi pump.
I'll tell you what, James. If the tub ever goes down in this house, if this tub goes down, it's coming out. I'm not gonna just fix it. It's coming out. Out, new in. It's one and done.
I watched one of the reasons I was so particular about being here every single day during the construction of Villa Feliz, every single day. And I heard Art talking about earlier because he watched a lot of videos. But not only did I sit here and watch what they were doing, I actually participated. I'm a hands-on kind of guy. I get up there, I crawl on the roof with them when they're laying the tiles, when they're doing the gutter system, when they're pouring the cement. I was up there. I heard you saying about taking the rebar and getting the air pockets out of the instead of they wouldn't use the modern technique of the vibrator. They wouldn't do that. But I see the things that you can hide. That's what this show is all about. That's what makes Art's show so wonderful here.
I'm still gonna be talking, but I'm gonna hide myself because I'm gonna shove some pizza in my face. I started to, but
hey, no, you don't hide your face. Go ahead and do that. We don't even care if you eat with your mouth open. We don't care, Chuck. That's how affectionate we are for you here on the channel. I mean, you're watching my post nasal drip here. Watching it is it's not a big deal. So
no, you should see the burger scene in the video in the vlog when I had this burger that's about this tall.
So what I was getting at about the construction, because I'm always concerned about construction inside the Philippines, about the things that they can hide, the mistakes that they can hide. Even I'm watching even some of the best builders around here.
Well, you can't spell contractor. You can't spell contractor without C-O-N, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I say I have on my channel, I have a saying, and I can't even remember the exact saying they have on there, and it has to do with about your contractor when you pick your contractor, and it has something to do with rule number 1 when it comes to a contractor: never trust your contractor.
Never.
Rule number 2 is your contractor is in business to make money. He will never lose money. Rule number 3, don't trust your contractor. And I go on and on like that. And a lot of people don't realize that. And that's why I don't endorse. I endorse no contractors over here. People often ask me, who do you recommend? I never say I recommend any contractor. Never. I never say that. Because again, it's for me, when I put my name on something, I only put my name. I put my name on very, 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 very. I put my name as far as
if the shoe fits.
Yeah, and he knows. So he knows. A contractor will never lose money, especially in the Philippines. Before a contractor will lose money, they'll bail, and that's what happened with our contractor.
I respect that. I mean, I talk to contractors, technicians, and contractors on the phone all day. That's my job, and they're all worried. A lot of them are, the technicians anyway, are worried that they're gonna accidentally tell me something that they did wrong, which is gonna explain why the unit's not working. But I have to get that out and be like, look, I'm not here to like screw you. I'm just like, if I can get you parts for free, I will. Just tell me what the hell happened. So we have to be on the phone for an hour for me playing detective trying to figure it out. Just tell me what you did. What have you done so far? And what'd you walk into? What have you done step by step? Take me through it. Let's figure it out. And then and it's like, yeah, dude, the board's gone, but I don't care how it happened. We'll give you another board. Just, no big deal. That kind of thing.
Well, I when it comes to contractors, when it comes to home building, I never endorse a contractor for home building over here. Even in the U.S., I don't endorse contractors.
I don't blame you.
Because I was talking about our D.R. Horton build just a moment ago, and the house was built. Our house was new. It was 1 year old. We have a home in South Carolina. The owner of the house, it was a brand new subdivision. It was a spec house subdivision built by D.R. Horton. And the house was 1 year old when we bought it. The man had never lived in it. He bought it because there's a rule that you have to own it for a year before you can flip it and sell it. He still lived in he did this for an investment, but he did it during when the bubble burst, when the home market. So he lost money on that one. Well, we picked up the house, and cosmetics are very deceiving. You never know what's on behind. That's why when you build in the Philippines, you want to be here and you want to watch what's going on. What did they embed? How did they embed it inside? Because this is concrete. In the U.S., you build a house of wood. You have sheetrock. It's so easy if you need to get inside and access electrical access. Yeah. It's so very well. It's easier.
It's easier than just a colonial stick construction.
Over here, you get a pipe leak inside. You have to break.
You got to get into the mortar and everything.
Get inside it. You have to destroy a lot of finishing material, a lot of finished tile, because everything is tile and concrete over here. Cement's the king over here. So that's why and what I'm getting at is over here, what I do is I share my experiences with contractors, and I give a list. I always have people asking, do you recommend any kind of contractor? I give them my recommendation is take 5 contractors, get bids from all the contractors, talk to whoever was their clients if you can, like their portfolio. Is it the pizza?
I'm making
it's pizza.
fun of him eating. I was making faces at him.
So, well, I was getting back to the point with D.R. Horton. The house was brand new.
Yeah.
I wasn't there when they built it. It was a year old. And then I did some renovations on the house myself. And I gutted the bathroom. We put a nice bath because it was all the cheap linoleum tile in there and just a sheetrock. There was nothing fancy about it. So we put a bunch of travertine and tile and in-floor heating and very nice glass, different types of glass inside the shower. But when I opened up those walls, what I found behind those walls, it was shocking. It was so shocking at the quality of what went on behind the scenes inside. You know, in the U.S., they have inspectors that are supposed to come out before you close up any walls. They're supposed to come out. And, I don't see how that could have possibly happened with our house built in the U.S. There's no way that they.
In our house here, I was painting the bedroom right after we moved in. The house was like 12 years old at the time. And so I took the cold air duct off, and because you want to make sure you paint and just take the ducts out of the way, get everything out of the way you can remove so you can paint with less masking and stuff. So I take the cold air duct off and I see something in there. I look down in, freaking Budweiser can in there.
Yeah.
The contractor doing the HVAC guy apparently was thirsty. Hid the evidence.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Was it empty or was it still full? Did they leave you a gift? It was like one of those, you know.
You know, even if I wouldn't want a 12-year-old. I wouldn't want a 12-day-old Budweiser, let alone a 12-year-old one.
No, I wouldn't either. But you know, I gotta tell you, Budweiser lasts a long time. You know, I used to work for Budweiser.
Actually, I had.
But they put. That's kind of the reason why I don't drink Budweiser anymore, because of what and I'm not the preservatives that they put inside.
Yeah.
Inside and over a long period of time, I'm like, oh, I tell you, the best kind of beer is the beer that you make yourself. If you're a home brewer,
my dad was a home brewer.
Yeah, I did that for a little while. But the stuff that they put inside the beers inside, I don't know what it is like today. I worked for Anheuser-Busch back in like 76, 77, long time.
My friend's dad, who lived 2 doors down from me in the neighborhood, his dad worked at the AB Anheuser-Busch in Baldwinsville, just up the road from us. Yeah, but I went on the tour at St. Louis. That was cool. You know, the Anheuser-Busch tour with the Clydesdales and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I did the Brewmaster tour, of course. You pay for that one, and they take you back, and they put the little swizzle stick on the big, massive, multi-zillion gallon tank where it's like 40 degrees in there.
Okay, I just want to do a disclaimer. I don't want to be getting any death threats from Anheuser-Busch or anything like that. Anheuser is a good it's a good company.
I was just going to say
it's a good company, and all the companies that do packaged beer, they all put some kind of preservative inside there because the shelf life, that's inside of there.
Yeah,
that's why the draft beer is actually better, because the draft beer, when you get the draft beer, it stays on ice from the moment they brew it at the factory to the time you drink it. It's pasteurized, and it comes to you, and it's very. So if you drink beer, draft beer is the best beer to drink.
Draft beer is always the best beer for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was the guy said that today's beer is Bud Light, you know, and that we haven't even bottled yet. It's the beer of the future. So it's just like it was ice cold in the big storage facility where they all the monstrous tanks. They put the swizzle stick on. They just opened it up and they gave everybody a little taster glass, and you just keep filling it up. You know, I was like. I was so wasted after that. Oh my God. that was a day in between two. I was working for a company, and that was my in between day of going to 2 road shows, one in Kansas City and one in St. Louis. So I had a day of Chuck, and I did like the Arch, and I went to the Budweiser place, and I did the free tour, then I did beer school, then I did the Brewmaster tour, and I left there. I got there at noon. 5 hours I was there. I get in the rental car at the end of the day, and I call up Lori, and she's like, "Are you still at Budweiser?" Yeah.
Art, I think we need to talk something about drones here because
Oh, sorry. Are we
he's like,
losing people?
he's like,
Yeah, because M drone is same from drone talk.
Sorry.
Drunk
Drunken
doing
drone pilots.
house
Yeah,
construction.
I'll stop there. But yeah, I
Yeah.
spent 5 hours in Budweiser. That was pretty fun.
But my drone, I hopefully this week. And the only reason I didn't unbox it, I was busy, and I want to commit a little bit of time to doing. And I think the comparison is going to be the Phantom 4 Pro versus the DJI Air 2S.
That'll be a good one.
They have some goods very similar, especially when it comes to the camera. The
compare
camera,
the footage. Yeah, definitely
details,
compare the detail, the footage and stuff. See what you got.
But I gotta tell you, my Phantom 4 Pro still going strong.
I'm sure it is. It's a good aircraft. We were talking about flying with boats earlier. Remember before you came on?
Yeah, I was telling Chuck about this channel I started following called Darcizzle Offshore, and she's got a fishing channel. She's out of, I think, Jensen Beach, somewhere down in South Florida, and I think they're married now. Brian, he has a Phantom. I think the one that landed in the river was a Phantom 4.
Oh, that was a big loss. Financially, it was a big loss.
It hit one of the mangrove trees, and it took a tumble and went right in there. Yeah, that's right, Darcizzle.
Yeah, Darcizzle. Well, what I was thinking about the Phantom 4 though is that for using it on a boat though, you got plenty to grab onto. It's nice with the the landing gear.
You remember when I told you I crashed? Remember I told you last week that I crashed my Phantom into the umbrella right here?
Yeah,
the umbrella stand right there
on the landing gear to rescue
I grabbed onto the landing gear, and that's what saved me. Me.
Yeah, because you can't do that with a Mavic. I mean, well, you can, but there's a good chance you're gonna hurt yourself. Because you're right near the spinning props. There's a lot more buffer.
I would gladly accept a gash in my arm unless it had an artery or something like that. I would then to destroy a $2,000 piece of hardware right there.
We need a pair. We need to do the Michael Jackson thing and wear one chainmail glove for hand catching and rescuing the drone. My body heals faster than DJI can do a warranty repair for me over here. So that's how bad you slice yourself up. Might need no stitches. I've seen some pretty nasty incidents.
Yeah. I get them all the time here. I'm accident prone. You haven't seen, and I don't share with a lot of the mishaps on. I probably
should do a blooper reel. I
probably, you know what the thing is, but because a lot of these home improvement things I don't have the camera running in the background. I just do things. My last one, it was horrible. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't know if it's kind of healed. I'm gonna.
We're drifting off drones again. Now we're into
No, I'm not going to show you.
Are we going to compare scars now, James? Is that what we're doing?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Was that Lethal Weapon 2 when they compared stars?
Yeah, that's what. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, and they're sitting there. Yeah. Anyway, I have one on my leg, and I am just so accident prone because I'm one of those kind of guys. I'm 60 plus, but I still, in my mind, I still see myself as like 30. I still see myself as 30, and
you're no different than anybody else.
I can't seem to get out of that mindset that I have limitations, and I do everything. And the last thing that I was doing, and this happens all the time, I can't tell you. I'm going to tell you two real quick incidents. And one was this.
Tell.
One was the roof, the new roof we have here. You know the roof there.
And when
we were doing the roof here, I had those really neat. They advertise those ladders that fold like 5 parts, and you go click, 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 and you can make it into like a pyramid, or you can make it into a scaffold, or you can make it straight. Well,
I just follow that really fast. Little Giant. I have one.
Those are wonderful. Those are wonderful when you make sure that the things are clicked and locked in place.
Yeah, not so much when they're not.
But when they're not locked in place, which is what happened to me right here on the patio right here, and I was up on the second one.
Oh no, you weren't.
And I was up on there. I was like this, and then I was walking up this way, and it collapsed this way with me inside, and Ness was sitting right here, and it collapsed on me. and I fell. I hit my head really
Oh my
bad
God.
on the patio back here. I ripped open my leg. And like I said, I still got the scar. It's just it's too high to get it up here.
That's
another
like a
limitation.
stuffed pig, man.
Oh, I was bleeding all over the back, all over. But I didn't care about the bleeding. I didn't care about the bump on my head. What I cared about was broken bones. Because you know, when you get a little bit older, that's really what concerns me is broken bones, because you're a little more fragile when you get
We're more brittle. We're embrittled.
Yeah. So that's what I was
Like
worried about
plastic.
right there. So, but I didn't show that. I didn't share that on the channel. I didn't show the channel
That would be
one.
good.
Then there was that one,
James
and then
Blood
the
and
one
Guts horror channel.
then the one
home repair horror.
Yeah. I don't know if I shared that with my friend Gerard or not, but I shared another one with my friend Gerard. That's watching. I have a feeling he's still watching the episode right now. Was on the side, back over there. I know, back we have the big planters, the Eugenia plants inside there, and then you have the steps that go down to the subfloor where the basement is. Well, I have this deck railing you see behind me. I have 2 rows of deck railing at the top level up there. Well, I climbed on top of the planter with that to do trimming with the hedger. Instead of using a lat, I just climbed up there. I'm thinking I'm 30 years old. I'm still okay to do that. And I went over to get down, and I put my hand. You see, I double stack the 2x4 composite deck railing over here. Well, the one that was on that I put my hands on, the screws. I used the wrong screw. I didn't use stainless steel screws, and I used the kind that get damaged, they rust, that get corrosion inside there. So all of them are going to have to replace at some point. And when I put my hand on it, it broke. The whole top level came off. I went over and I slammed down. And I mean, if I was, 120-pound Filipino, like most of the workers around here, it would have been okay. It's like a feather hitting down on it. But I'm going to say above 150-pound, senior citizen, and I slammed, and I heard something crack. I heard a crack, and then I fell back. Luckily, I didn't go over, because those are those stairs that go down another flight on top of the concrete steps. That's another flight. Luckily, instead of rolling over that way, I was able to fall back on this side, which was on the grass, and I laid there, and Ness was in the house, and I couldn't breathe. I'm sure I cracked a rib, and I'm sitting there saying, Ness. And that's as loud as and I was more embarrassed, I think, than I was anything else, but I was hurting, and she didn't hear me, and I laid there for, I don't know how, like 10 minutes. And then what happened, you see the corner of the post, it's a top. You see the little top on there? Well, it's sharp. Yeah. Each corner is sharp on there. My side, and I still have the scar from that. It ripped through all of on my hip. It ripped through all of that. So I'm bleeding. I think I got a cracked rib, and I can't get the attention of my wife. I'm laying there, and I'm like, I don't know.
Just gonna die. Wait for the vultures to come.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I knew I wasn't gonna die.
Circling.
I knew I wasn't going to die, but what I worry about more than anything in the Philippines is a hospital. I've already been in the hospital twice here for kidney stones, and it's just some of the hospitals here are like. Gerard says, "Don't show the scar,"
and I can't get up.
I need to have one of those with a direct line to my wife here inside the house, because she wouldn't hear me. So anyway, so those are the kind of things. Again, I don't know my limitations, and I tell you what, I'm really happy, because I don't even know if Ness knows about it. I crawled up on the 3rd floor, up on the roof, to service the solar hot water heater, because we had all the ash from the volcano on there. And she said, "You need to get somebody here to do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get somebody. I'm not going to crawl up there. And then I brought that wicked ladder up there. Luckily, I didn't. And I crawled all the way to the apex of the roof, and then I crawled up, and it's high. It's really, because our roof, we have a 35-degree angle for the steepness of our Mediterranean architectural roofing that we have here. And I crawled up there, and I grabbed onto the bracket that holds the mounting bracket for the solar hot water heater. And I'm like this, and I'm trying to clean the panels up there to get that volcanic ash over there, because we were losing efficiency. I'm glad I should probably tied a rope to me and tied it to something else on the other side, but I didn't do that. I probably shouldn't have shared that with you guys. That was you're probably thinking this guy is what
James, I have more scars on my legs than you do.
Nice.
I've had 10 operations on each leg.
But probably not from doing crazy things like crawling on the top of a roof when you're 60 plus years old. Yeah.
Art being art. His rebellious self. You rebel, you.
And I ride a skateboard.
Gerard said I need a harness. Yeah, I will. Next time I go up there.
I used to ride a skateboard too. I was like getting
me too.
Getting picked last in gym class and being on a skateboard is not a good combination, I can tell you.
Well, I rode skateboard when they really didn't call them skateboard. You took a board and you put roller skates, roller skates.
Yeah, I was one step above that. I didn't have the modern freaking killers. I had this little plastic thing that was about this long. It did have the rubber baby buggy bumpers in between, so you could rock it a little bit. But I used to have to loosen up the bolts so that you could actually turn it and loosen the truck. And then we go, yes, and we started at the top of this. We had this hill, this street that was like
been there, done that.
Oh, the street was pitched about like your roof.
Yep.
And we used to go to the top of it. Me and two other guys would go to the top of it. We'd go screaming down the street. You get about 35 miles an hour, and then the bolts would start they vibrate and they'd fall out like in a movie, like the wheels would come off and then you go down.
Oh, how many times have I had road rash from something like that?
You get what's called a harmonics, where you're like slaloming.
Well, that's like the death wobble on a Jeep, right?
Faster, and then you go whoop.
Yeah.
Right off the board.
It's funny though, because the bolts would just, you could picture if you put a camera, it'd be fun to put a GoPro under there and see like the bolt walk out.
Oh man, those were the
whoever would have thought about putting thread lock in, put them in really loose and then use thread lock or something, maybe keep them from backing out on you. But no, we were like 12, 13 and rubber. When you're 13, you're like made of rubber. At least your brain is.
Yeah.
So.
Good times. My first act. I remember my first. I think it was 5. I was 5, and back in the day, a toy for us that kept us real busy was a cardboard box. Yeah, it was a cardboard box. That's what it was. Stick. Yeah, or stick. And that was our toys of the day. And there was no such thing as.
That's what it was. We liked it.
And I listen to other people. You know what? I've heard other people talk about that stuff. I said, you know what? When I get older and I get that, I'm not going to talk about back in the day, and I'm never going to talk about me playing. I know, but you know what? Damn it, I'm going to do it.
But when I was a kid, we didn't have video games. We had to go outside and make our own fun.
Exactly.
But that was my first. When I was 5, I had a box, and I don't know what I was doing with it. I was trying to be like Robbie Robot.
Oh man, you could turn into a spaceship or anything you wanted.
And I felt, you have no control when you're in the box. You have no control. And I'm walking, and then I started going forward, and I have like, oh crap, I can't. There's no way.
Oh, you used to take the box down. Tell me you didn't. We took the box down the stairs. Me and my sister, like.
Well, I didn't. But I was living in. I didn't. It wasn't stairs, but the effect was just as bad because I lived in New York. I lived in Elmont, New York, and I felt everything is concrete. It's in a concrete city, and I fell, jungle. And my head. I still 5 years old, and you know my age now. 5 years old, and I still have the scar above my eye.
Well, you will,
actually, yeah. I still have the scar from that, and I broke my arm. That was my very first broken bone. I've had several since
I broke
then.
my arm in 7th grade. Yeah.
Oh.
Snapped it right in half. It was awesome. The radius and the ulna both snapped right where my watch is. Freaking snapped it. Those radius and ulna. Snap. It's awesome. Not. Not.
No, I just realized you guys and everybody watching knows more about me than most anybody else has ever known about me. We talk about more stuff on this channel because we go back. We do this. We do the back in the day. We start
back in the day, man.
Things that I don't
telephone
know.
Days.
Yeah, don't. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the cups.
Yeah, ready, dial phones.
Oh my God,
Then
my
when we got
grandfather! I
push
remember going over to my
buttons, we
grandfather's
thought,
house, and he
wow,
had
we're
a
getting
Black
in
Bell
the
phone,
future.
he had the table phone. We talk about you think about the technology we have now with drones and everything, and it's mobile phones. This guy's table phone weighed like 10, 15 pounds, was all steel. Even the rotary dial part was steel, and it wasn't clear plastic. It was stamped steel with the numbers like printed on it or whatever. And the reason why was because they used to have to pay to replace that crap. Bell had to pay to replace the gear, so they over-engineered it to the point of it was indestructible.
Good night,
And it was
drone
black, of
one.
course, because everything was. Oh, I'm drone. Dude, no hard feelings on the contractor joke, man. That's an oldie.
We didn't talk enough about drones for him. I think we were supposed to talk about. Oh, you talk about technology. We think we're so high in technology in all these days.
Oh, aliens are laughing at us.
We still can't figure out how to launch a rocket into space and have it land like this thing with the Chinese.
Yeah, that was great last week, wasn't it?
And we just that was I gotta tell you.
Where it falls, nobody knows.
Yeah, they have no idea where it's gonna come down. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Eli kind of
Elon.
Oh,
Elon.
Yeah,
Eli.
At least his stuff lands in the middle of the Pacific or whatever. It lands like on a platform usually.
Oh, did you see Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live last Saturday? Did you see that?
I heard about it. I didn't really see.
You gotta watch it.
Fun.
Oh, you gotta. Oh my goodness! I don't
good?
know. I don't really know anything about him. I know nothing about his background except that he's a rich dude, and he's like the Tesla guy, and he's like the space god and all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's all I knew. That's all I knew is about him.
He's like a filthy rich freaking kid who has all the money to get all the people he needs to do whatever's in his mind that he wants.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about all the stuff about what it's not autistic. What is the?
He's high functioning autistic, right? Isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, he has Asperger's.
Isn't that similar to? How's that different from autism?
Maybe it's a
different spectrum.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, so it's related.
They're more, I mean, I have a friend here in Denver. She has Asperger's, and so does her father. So it's hereditary.
It's hereditary, yeah.
And she is fantastic with numbers.
Yeah.
So she's in
like
the
my nieces too.
Area.
Yeah.
She does stock. She used to work for Dean Witter back in New York, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And now she's got her own newsletter out here.
Yeah, my niece is high level. She's high functioning. I mean, high functioning autistic, and she's a freaking genius when it comes to doing stuff.
But Ness and
unbelievable.
We record Saturday Night Live. We do it on the timer thing. We have AT&T and we record it. So there's a few things that we record, and that's one of them. Because it's just inconvenient for the time when it comes out. It's like in the middle of the day it's like at lunchtime for us here. And we want to have the feeling of it at nighttime, like on a Saturday night. So we usually watch it the week after on a Saturday night at our time right here. We make it work for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and there are certain, there are certain guests that they have on there. I just have to watch. It's like Justin Timberlake. Every time Justin Timberlake is on there, he is funny. Hilarious as a host. He's one of the best guest hosts that I've ever seen on there. And when Ness told me Elon Musk is going to be on there, I said, the Tesla guy, the space rocket guy? I said, really? And I thought to myself,
YouTube, all that
I thought to myself, in the back of my mind, maybe it wasn't fair. I'm like, he probably bought his way. He probably bought his way on. And maybe he did. I don't know. But the show was phenomenal. It was so funny, and him capitalizing on his Asperger's on there, and he made good humor of it, and the way he presented himself across the board on both sides. The intelligence level, well, of course, he has to be able to achieve the level of success that he has today, but also with the challenges. But it opened my eyes up. I learned a lot about the man. And if you haven't watched it, and you could go back and watch it because they stream these things.
SNL is a channel on YouTube. You can watch all that stuff.
I highly encourage you to watch that. I highly encourage you.
I
It's,
will do so. But right now,
yeah.
it's almost going to be on again in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, at your convenience. At your convenience, go watch it because it's probably one of the best of the episodes of the past season of that for in my opinion.
And plus, he's into
The
cryptos.
largest has been
So
tested.
they had a lot of fun with Dogecoin, which is it started off being a joke, Dogecoin, and all of a sudden he said something about it, several months ago, and the coin just went to the moon. And then
Well, that he talks about that on the Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live. They talk about the crypto coins. He makes some really funny jokes
Yeah.
about that. Like I said,
I
yeah, I
know
think you'll
Cameron
really
does.
enjoy it. I think you can relate. I think you'll be able to relate. So,
I'll watch it. I have to watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Anyway, Art, I know you're running super late, and
it's
I know your time.
We're at 3:15, and I think it's about time to shut this bad boy down and save some for next week. So
Pizza?
I'm looking forward to seeing some drone videos from your
It's Art.
your
When you get Chuck and I on, it's unlimited content. You never have to
there you
worry.
You know, we
Yeah.
start off.
Never.
Art and I are pretty low key. We start off, and then you come in and just spark something, and then we're
You know what?
in trouble.
I always
spark.
whenever I come in, whenever I join
James
you guys,
Spark.
I'm always like in the back of my eye, I got nothing. I don't know if I can contribute anything to your show this week, but I love coming on. I love chatting with you guys. It's just so much fun, and then I love the comments that your folks that follow you. I love the comments that they do. So it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
good
fun.
stuff,
Again, this morning when I was deciding that I didn't think I was going to be able to make it on. It was really disturbing to me. I was like, well, but at least I'll have you on in the background. And while I was cooking the waffles, I was watching everything. And then you kept making comments about, well, James did this and James, when he comes on later on, and I'm like, oh man, then I need to take some medication.
Oh, we guilt tripped them. Art, we did it.
You need some more of that flavored liqueur. I noticed you got a
That'll
little
clear
quiet
sense.
in your video.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I got to tell you,
I'm gonna watch the mannerisms of
25%, guys. That's like 50 proof, right? Isn't that what
Yep.
that is?
that's
25 is
50 proof. Yes.
That's about
that's-
any flavored liqueur is about like
but-
that.
And
You
even
get
though
moonshine, it's
I could feel it, even though it was like that much in the bottom of a little plastic cap cup that she was using inside there. As a matter of fact, Ness, we started out, she would get one cup to Ness, one little cup to me. And Ness is like, I knew once Ness went past the first one, even that much in the first one, I knew she wouldn't be able to handle anymore. And she said, Ness said, well, let me share yours with you.
Yeah,
I was kind of enjoying. I was really enjoying the amount she was giving
Yeah.
for my own little thing, but I'm like, okay, because I
I'll
know,
have
and
another.
I made a comment about that before, because every time we go to like Dairy Queen or Baskin and Robbins, we always get, and I love blizzards at Dairy Queen. I love their blizzards, and we'll go inside or Sundays. Remember, I don't know, do you have Sonics in your area? You have Sonics?
Yep, I have a Sonic here.
I don't think
Yep.
we have
Okay.
Sonic here in New York.
Oh, I love
haven't
Sonics. They used to do. They don't do it anymore in Charleston, unless they do now with the pandemic. But they used to have the banana floats inside there, and
Oh,
not
right
the banana, whatever it is, where they cut
split.
banana split. And we would always go there, and I can easily eat a whole banana split myself. I usually, when my wife would get one, if she had any leftover,
Oh, they are here.
I would want her leftover inside there, the leftover banana split. And because I love the soft ice cream that they use inside there. And then it got to the point, Ness is like, oh, I can't eat a whole one myself. I'll just share yours with you. And I'm like, you're like, what? You're going to share my banana split? And that's, I could see that going on I could see that last night with the liqueur. She's like, oh, I'll just share your sample liqueur that you're
There
drinking
you
right
go.
there. And I'm like,
There are Sonics in New York State. I've never partaken in going to one ever.
You should. I got to tell you, for takeout ice cream, it's like the old time back in the
Like
day.
Baskin Robbins.
Back in the day, you know, where they had diners, and
Oh, yeah.
it's that
Where you-
kind of experience. And you were doing it where they had roller skates. They roller skated up to your car.
Oh, cool.
But they
Mm-hmm.
stopped doing it in Charleston for a while, and it wasn't that long ago. I would say probably up till about 5 years ago. They were doing that. They would ride up, but maybe somebody got hurt and became a liability or something like that.
Probably.
Mm.
Spoils
I don't know if
everything.
all of this. I don't know if all of the Sonics stopped doing that or just our particular one there. But their ice cream, whatever they do to blend their ice cream and make it smooth and rich and creamy, it's the best. And then all their drinks, and they got a multitude of drinks on their, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And then they made the mistake. I call it the mistake. There's an app. You can get the Sonic app, and you load funds into the Sonic app, and then you have no excuse. You can't say, "Oh, I got no money in my pocket" or anything like that. Then you're always
funded.
stopping by, driving, and it's like a drive-in. You just drive up there.
Genius.
You got a little
Marketing
speaker.
genius.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, can't you just bump your phone then? Because if you have Google Pay on your phone, just bump your phone and pay.
I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
they have something like that. Maybe they have something like that. I don't know. But we used to go because they stayed open really late, and it was only, and Ness and I, we would, on a Saturday night, we would watch it would be like movie night for us, and we would watch movies until up around midnight. Then we had the munchies, and we're like, oh, let's go down to Sonic, and we'll drive down there at midnight to Sonic, and we would get okay, yeah, I know. It is, and I was the one that actually initiated us shutting down. So let's shut down.
That's
good.
right. That's right.
It's time.
And then
It's
we
time,
got
but
into Sonic and
There's next week.
flavored
you-
liqueur, and
It's what you
Art
guys
said-
do to me.
we gotta save it
Well,
for
if I
next
get-
week, James.
I was gonna cut out early tonight. I figured I'd work on my vlog, but I guess maybe I'll get it released tomorrow.
You were going to
Maybe,
cut out early. I wasn't even going to come in.
I'm thinking like I'll premiere about 5 in the evening tomorrow. That's the goal. We'll see.
There
if
you
I
go.
can. I gotta let it render though. How long do these things take to render now? Like forever?
I usually do it overnight.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the evening, and then
And let it cook and
Following
unlisted.
afternoon.
Let it be unlisted and cook it, and then
Mhm.
yeah.
That's what I.
That's what I will
Alrighty,
do.
sounds like the birds are chirping. They're waiting for us to.
They want to eat
looking
leftover
for-
waffles.
Yeah.
You don't get leftover waffles around this place.
Sorry,
And they were really, I got to tell you, they were super this morning. I used the same batter this week as last. I heard you talk about the last week. I
Art.
used
Sorry,
the
Art.
White King. The White King. You started it. You started it. The White King, and that was terrible. That was the
Thanks
terrible.
a lot, Chuck.
I'm,
And then
I'm gonna fix myself right.
so anyway, this week I don't know what I don't know if the cold, when you have a cold, it enhances your flavors and everything. But the waffles this morning were phenomenal. Everything we had for breakfast this morning was phenomenal. Okay, that's it, guys. I gotta go.
Okay. Good night, Chuck and James. Great having you, and
Great being here as always.
Same here.
So,
Thanks, and to everybody in the
hopefully
chat
tomorrow I'll have
session.
my video.
Yeah,
up.
really.
All right, take care, everybody.
Chuck, I need
Yeah.
that link. I need for the wireless. Send me that link for the wireless.
Okay.
And everybody in the chat, thanks for coming. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. There we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend. And keep 'em flying. Bye-bye.